today is Juneteenth.
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 Juneteenth is a uniquely African-American holiday.
Juneteenth is a celebration of when all the slaves were actually freed.
Oh, happy Juneteenth!
We'll do anything for Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth.
Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
Hey, good morning. It is Thursday, June 19th, 2025, Juneteenth, as it were. I'm Andrew Z. Good morning. Stephen B. Hardy is on the way. Kelly Latz, Princess of Property, is on the way. Right now, our good friend, social media influencer Trey Berry is here. Good morning, Trey.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm on time because it's June 19th. Reverse CPT.
Reverse CPT.
Reverse CPT. I'm on time and I'm present. And I'm ready to go.
Let me ask you a question. When did you become aware of Juneteenth?
I don't know. It just happened.
Isn't really, but relatively within the last 5 years or so, last few years?
I think it's newer, but hey, listen, if we're going to celebrate, and I'm down to celebrate, so I'll find a reason to celebrate.
It was weird because I see that there's a Juneteenth celebration today on Riverside Road, over by the Ribbon, and I see that it's a 55th annual. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't know it was 55th.
No, I didn't either. And so that was interesting to me. But they said that on this date in 1865, Major General Gordon Granger of the Union Army arrived in Texas to bring the news the Civil War had ended and all the slaves were free. But it's weird. I think this came like a year after the slaves already been freed. Like, these are the last ones to find out. Like, everyone else is already free, and then these dudes are the last bastards. They've been working still all this time until finally they decided to tell them that they were free.
Yeah. Surprise,
right?
You're free.
Dude, how mad would you be if you've been working as a slave for free and realize you did it for an extra year or two or however months or whatever? I'd be fucking pissed.
Imagine being the plantation owner.
You're a slave, so I'm already pissed.
It's just like we've been free for a year. He's like, yeah,
about that.
Sorry. You guys are probably really mad right now.
Yeah.
So you guys want to like clock out? Please go ahead and leave, I guess.
Please leave.
Overtime is mad overdue.
Anyway, good morning. So Steven, I don't know what this layout looks like. Why are we all in just like the little tiny corner? I know you're getting
because he's a little tiny man now.
I know.
And a little tiny corner.
Steven, bro, you posted a picture. For those who didn't see, I shared.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I shared it on my personal Facebook page. If you see the before and afters of Steven after losing 150 plus pounds, Jesus, bro, did you realize there's that big a difference until you found those two pictures?
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, I knew, because I saw
yeah.
other pictures before, but then I saw that one from last year on my birthday. I was like, holy shit, it kind of like it hits. It hits.
Dude, yeah, for real. Because when you're living in it, you don't. And you're watching yourself gradually, you don't really notice it as hard like that.
Yeah.
And then you put those two pictures together, beginning to now, and you're like, damn.
I mean, what a glow up. Not even his weight, but he's playing more. He's working. I mean, he's got a car.
Oh, he's such a big boy. Who's a big boy?
Me. I'm a big boy.
I feel like a proud parent.
I know.
I mean, it's insanity.
We are sitting here like you take it for granted, but we are watching a transformation.
Yeah.
We really are. Like
A glow up.
A glow up.
My parents don't message me anymore. Like, are you okay? Do you need anything? And they're just like, I'm pretty sure he's good now. I think he's all right.
So, man, you're gonna be celebrating that, by the way, tonight. We're doing a little food truck thing in his hometown of Point Place.
That's right.
Gonna be there.
Nice.
Steven's gonna be performing live.
It's
So
gonna be lit.
if you're looking for something to do today, go to Point Place, the Dollar General. Now, I guess is there two Dollar Generals in Point Place? Why is that, Steven?
I honestly don't know. I've thought the same thing.
Isn't there two Dollar Generals pretty much everywhere?
On every
Every
corner.
2 weeks
Every
or
corner.
two
Or-
blocks?
This
Or
is
car
literally,
wash.
like 1 block away from each other. I think that they had the building for Dollar General further down, and then the Family Video building came available, and they're like, well, run
Let's
it. We got
expand.
2 now.
Let's expand.
We're going to own Point Place by the time we're done.
It's $9 Generals in a 4-block period. So anyway, so we'll be out there tonight. Steven's going to be singing live, which is super exciting. Amazon Prime Day is coming up too. Do you guys do anything with that, Amazon Prime?
I thought we were supposed to like boycott it.
I mean, I Amazon like every day, so
Me too.
I don't
And
know.
I just Amazon Amazon, I guess is that the word?
don't know.
A wagon for my daughter that cost $600.
Get out of here.
I'm
What's
not
this wagon do?
kidding you.
Yeah.
Strap those suckers
You gotta stop.
in.
You keep hitting your mic. You gotta either set it and forget it.
Is this okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, she's been looking at it, and I felt so sorry for her. I mean, she's got 3 under 3, and she can't travel with them all at the same time without this wagon.
Jesus.
So, like, she can't take walks, or she
Right.
can't take the other ones to the park. So I'm like, all right, I'm buying it for you. And then as soon as I bought it, I thought, shoot, I should have waited for Amazon Prime.
Well, then she couldn't walk for like a month because it's still a month away.
But gosh, could I save 100?
I don't know.
Return it.
Let me ask you about your daughter. So it's funny because she's got 3 under 3.
Yes.
Well, there's a woman just posted. I read an article this morning, as a matter of fact. Women face a lot of unnecessary and unfair judgments. For example, women who choose to remain childless may be viewed as selfish for not bringing life into the world. On the other hand, women who have children may be thought of as not taking their professional life seriously. One woman thought she had found the happy medium between the two sides in moms who only had one child. So this is being called now the it girls. If you have one child, that means you could still focus on your career, but yet you could still be a mom. So it's kind of the best of both worlds is what they're saying. But I don't know. I think having one is more work than having 2, because you are having to entertain that one all the time. Like, because we have Josie who's just turned 7, and her sisters are a lot older, so it's almost like she's an only child. We have to spend a lot more time with her because she doesn't have a sister to play with. So I mean, I think 2 might be easier than 1.
So I will say, like with the twins, they didn't really start playing with each other until about a year ago.
Uh-huh.
They really didn't even kind of acknowledge each other. And then when they did, they started this weird language.
Mhm.
And so like they prefer it. So they hardly talk to us. They only talk to each other in this weird language. They can label everything, but they don't string sentences together. When they do, they're talking to each other. So I think that she is absolutely a freaking saint. But when she really struggled because she wanted to go back to work, and then she was like, Mom, can you take care of the kids for 3 days? And I'm like, sure. Like, I know now I couldn't do it. But, and she was trying to make it work, but childcare for 2 infant twins, $40,000 a year.
Jesus.
She checked
Insane.
$40,000 a year.
We're very lucky. Like, my mom watches, well, Josie's in school too, but my mom watches her after that. But childcare it's out of control.
She said I would barely make any money then.
Yeah.
And then
what's the point? You might as well stay home with your
then
kids.
so she
Don't
stayed
have
home
them.
with them.
Don't have
Don't
them.
have them.
That's how you save money by not having kids.
Do you want to have kids?
No, I did when I was younger. I just don't have the desire.
None.
I'm 32.
Really?
No, I don't know why you get so surprised by my answers. Like, I don't think anyone these days wants kids. Like, I don't think
I
you hang
nearly
around
did
enough
it.
people my age. I don't know one of my friends that let me speak for the ones that don't have kids.
Yeah, yeah.
All the ones that don't have kids, none of them ever want kids.
But let me ask you this: Do you
Steven wants
do,
kids.
do you think?
I wouldn't be against it,
Yeah,
but
I
I would
know
have to
people.
be ready for sure.
But Trey, would you say that people hang around with like-minded people? So I think your group. Do you think that is representative of your age overall, or is it your group?
No. I literally lived in Florida, California, so
Yeah,
I have
that's
friends like all over and everywhere, and they have all different backgrounds.
Uh-huh.
My brother has like 4 kids. My sister has 3 kids. I've been surrounded by kids my life. Like, I feel like that's such a task. And I've helped
it's
my
a
sister,
responsibility.
a very big one. And I feel like that's why I don't even have a dog, because I don't even have. No, so serious. I don't have the time for a dog, and I feel like it would be
That's
so
why I was
rude.
late.
Rude
My
for
bitch
me
is
to
at
like
home.
keep a dog at home in a cage or not
Yeah.
take it on walks and do things. And so for me, what I like right now with my life, I don't have time to slow down.
Well,
Nor do I want to.
And like your,
I don't think that's irresponsible, though. I think that's
No.
actually very.
I don't think it's.
Yeah.
I don't think
But-
it's irresponsible. I think your generation is putting yourself first.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't think that older generations do that. And you live in for your kids and you have kids or whatever. But I mean, your life's important. You say my life's important.
It's so
not-
important, so
yeah.
important. I'm loving it. And
Good
I
for
don't think
you.
right now I'm sacrificing it. But maybe one day when I get older, I look that back and I'll be like, damn, I should have had some kids. But I feel like my
Yeah.
pockets will be like, damn, thank God you didn't have no kids.
I think I don't know. I might be speaking a bunch of crap right here, but
Mhm.
I think it's totally reasonable for a man to have children in his 40s nowadays. You know, it
Shit.
seemed like everybody was really young back in the day, but I think 40s is okay to have a kid.
I had Josie. I was almost 50.
Yeah.
I mean, and Kelsey Grammer just had like his 8th kid, and he's 70.
Celebrities don't count.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Because
Al Pacino's like 88
Yeah,
and just had a child.
You're right. You're right. That's an anomaly. But no, I think 40s is fine now. Even if you decide, later on, and maybe if Trey, you find the right one, maybe you guys will decide.
I think diapers are like $50 a pack right now.
he's doing the math.
I'm trying to think
I'm
about
good.
that. I'm trying to figure out how to fit changing a diaper and babysitting into my gym schedule. I'm still healing from childhood trauma. I think there's so much going on. I don't really have the time for this.
It is a good point. This is a
I'm
good
good.
point.
I'm good. These are like hot topics, right?
Yeah, right, man. Damn.
See, I want to bring a kid into the world so I can show the other parents like what it is to be a parent. you
I
know?
do that with my
Like,
sister's
I'm
kids.
gonna raise like
Says
the
the
best
man
of
who
the
does
best.
not have children.
Exactly. I can
They
dream.
all say that they could do it better.
I know that's true. Go ahead, Trey.
Oh yeah, I'd lose my mind.
That's why you phone a friend and say, "Hey, can I borrow your kids for like 2 minutes? I know you need some time to break."
Yeah.
You
No,
hang out
yeah.
at the park with them, you know.
That's
Yeah.
real. I have a niece and nephews, and oh my god, dude! Like, I'll watch them sometimes for my sister, but it's be like 2 or 3 hours, maybe. I'm like, come get your kids. Like, I can't.
I'm trying to
gonna
be
freak out.
zaddy, not daddy.
Daddy. It's funny. Trey sent me a text last night, and so he's hip in the cool lingo nowadays and everything, right? So we're texting back and forth, and then he said, "Hold on, what did he say?" Oh, you edited it.
Was it Northern?
He said, "All right, I'll see you Northern." And for like 5 minutes, I'm like, "The fuck does Northern mean?" I said, "That's one I haven't heard." And then he corrected it to brother. That wasn't
Listen,
even a
Sherry
thing.
does whatever she wants, and sometimes I just leave it. But that was like, I don't even know what that even means. I was like, "No, brother,
I'll see you Northern.
I'll see you Northern in the morning."
But
I
I
guess
thought-
up
so
top. I don't know.
I thought it was a thing. I thought it was a thing that I just didn't know.
I feel like it could be a thing.
And right.
It
I'll see you-
absolutely could be.
It could be.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'll see you Northern. All right, let's get into the news. There's so much going on. Did anyone get hit by the power outages or the storms yesterday?
Surprisingly, no. Point Place stood strong.
Really?
Yeah,
You
we
usually
usually-
you get it.
yeah,
You
just
just get it right
Out
on
in
the-
like 5 minutes as soon as it
They're
starts.
just currently getting attacked by mayflies.
Yeah.
They got enough plague going
Mother
on.
Nature is like, we'll leave them alone.
That's the thing, dude. So we're going to Point Place tonight with the food trucks. Are mayflies everywhere?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna be.
Once those street lights are on, just look at them. You'll just see swarms of them.
I forgot how nasty they are.
Yeah,
Like,
they're gross.
they're just everywhere. Like, I'm not even scared of bugs, but like, bro, what are you doing?
I
Get
took-
off me.
I
Yeah.
took the kids to Cedar Point on Monday, and they're just and as it starts to get dark, they just get more and more, and it's all over you. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway, thousands of power outages were reported in Toledo. Apparently, Point Place not one of them. We got a little bit of heavy rain in Perrysburg, but overall, it wasn't really a big deal.
It was pretty crazy, like watching it though. Like there was some really intense moments. You're just sitting there on the porch and just watching, like, holy
Well,
shit.
my buddy trainer Jeff, he posted a video. He's like, look at that nader. He said I didn't see it.
Yeah, it looked like there was one on Broadway or something. Somebody
Yeah.
posted it on Facebook.
Yeah, so many people posted that.
Yeah.
They said I seen something about someone saying a tornado in Sylvania.
Yeah, I heard
because
that
they said
too.
like the trees were everywhere, power lines
Really?
were down, and
Yeah.
streets were closed off.
But I don't think if I looked this morning, I don't think we had any official touchdowns. So I don't know if people were just seeing
Dramatic.
it being dramatic,
Yeah.
seeing
It's
clouds.
just really windy and like, it's a
Literally.
tornado.
Tornado,
You should have
Love
seen the way it
Forest
took
Story.
that branch.
bro. So we have an update on this story. So we told you yesterday that the Toledo School for the Arts sculpture was stolen from out in front of the school. It's a
Yeah.
giant sculpture the size of a person, and it was two scrappers stole it, tried to take it to the scrap yard, And
Gibsonburg, like in Gibsonburg.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh my
They
god.
had it like just outside.
Melvin Losick, 40, and Kevin Sheriff, 69, were booked in the Lucas County Jail on Wednesday. It's a 5th-degree felony, breaking and entering for the incident. They were able to make the arrest after the alleged thieves tried to scrap the materials at a recycling company. One of the suspects told police they hid the other pieces near the school in order to scrap them later. So officers took them back to TSA where they were supposed to show them where those scrap sections were, but they were never located. 4 more sections of the sculpture were still missing as of Wednesday afternoon. So they basically pulled all the pieces down so they could do them all. They couldn't take them all at once, and they say they hit them, but they still
Wasn't
can't
it
find.
like 600 pounds or something like that?
It was valued at nearly $7,000 is what what it was valued at. But scrappers be scrapping, man. I mean,
Are they, those names they sound like meth heads. I'm not gonna lie.
You should look at their pictures.
Right?
Yeah,
They look like
Melvin, I was like, oh yeah, he's doing that for drugs.
Poor guy.
They
Poor
looked at that and was
Melvins.
like, can you imagine all the money we'd make for drugs from that?
So
Come on, Melvin.
pull. I'm pushing.
Let's hide these. We'll come back for the rest.
I know.
They probably had that one thought. You think we're gonna go to jail for this? Nah.
Toledo cops are idiots. Let's go scrap this in another state real quick.
First, let's hide them.
Yeah, got him. Writings. So this is an update on this situation. We told you yesterday these 2 teens in Monroe County were found in a car, and now writings found in the vehicle indicate that the Monroe County teen intended to kill his girlfriend and himself.
Oh wow.
Sheriffs say Troy Goodenough said Faith Renee Hamilton, 16, and Landon LaFond, also 16, were found dead of gunshot wounds on Heiss Road on Tuesday. Authorities say the 2 were dating, and investigators found writings in Laffin's car indicating he intended to kill Faith and then himself. The sheriff wasn't able to say whether it was a murder-suicide or they're still waiting on autopsy results to determine the manner of death, but they did refer to LaFond as a suspect and referred to Hamilton as a victim.
Romeo and Juliet.
Bro. And, young boys, man.
They get all in the field.
And you're asking if I want to have kids.
Yeah, dude.
Well, you could teach them not to do that.
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was probably taught not to do that. It's kind of self-explanatory.
Right. It's insane, man. That just the dumb things that we will do that we think are for, like, is there something dumb you've done for love?
I don't know. That's pretty intense.
I mean, that's the ultimate.
That definitely is Romeo and Juliet, like she said.
Right. But
how young were they?
16.
16.
Yeah.
There were so many more bitches out there, and he didn't even know.
Did you? But have you ever done anything crazy? I'm trying to think. The craziest thing that I did for love was I was at work at a radio station in Sparta, Illinois, and this friend of mine was talking to this girl, and her cousin lived like 4 states away, and I had to be at work the next morning, but I got off at like 6 p.m. and I ended up driving all right to see her. And then for like 2 hours, and then just drove around and came right back to be at the station next morning. I drove all night. I was tired as F, but I ended up doing it.
Did you get some?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh
okay.
Dude,
my
I wasn't going on.
You're driving that? Okay.
Yeah. No.
That
I
would
will
really
tell you a
suck.
story. When I was on vacation, met this guy in New York.
Oh, your mic's out.
I was
There you
on
go.
vacation,
Uh-huh.
met this guy in New York,
Uh-huh.
and he would write me back in the day, and he gave me a call one day, and he said, I would really love to see you. And I go, yeah, whenever. Come down whenever.
Uh-huh.
Like 2 days later, he was at my door. I was like,
Mm.
what the hell? I didn't mean now. I was like, it's not good for me.
Did he drive? Did he fly? What?
He drove.
He drove from New York and showed up at your house.
Showed up at my
No,
house.
that's
He knew what he wanted.
That's creeper shit right
I
there.
know.
Now,
I was
especially
like-
nowadays.
But I brought flowers. I love you.
I let him stay the night, but I did not have any. No, I wasn't even attracted to
How
him.
did he get
You don't
your
have
address?
to lie, Kelly.
How did you get
Because
your
he was,
address?
he was writing me. He goes, I would like to write you. And I said,
Oh, like
okay.
paper and pen?
How long
Yeah.
ago was this?
This was like
19th century.
yeah, it was like a long time ago. You know, I'm old as F.
Via pigeon.
I shall
Did
see you in a
receive my
fortnight.
letter?
Hey, it was sweet.
I would
but
like to lie with thee, if you
I
wouldn't
was
mind.
not ever lying with him. That's the thing.
In 4 fortnights, I will take
Yeah.
my steed
I am on the way.
I shall pull it
And
up on
fuck
you.
you all.
I bring wagon and horse. I bear.
Oh my
Gifts.
god.
I bring milk and cheese from the village.
What is it? Frankincense and myrrh. We will lay next to frankincense and myrrh and make sweet love.
That's a crazy drive, though. This whole time, he's like, I'm on my way to see my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I had no
she's like,
interest with.
hello?
I
Who
know.
I
is
mean,
this?
sure, you could come down see me
Sometime tomorrow.
48 hours later.
Yeah, I'm
Damn.
gassing it
He
up
said,
right now.
actually, sometime looks like this weekend's looking lot free.
Oh my god.
That is insane.
I had to kick him
Kelly.
out. I literally had to kick him out.
You didn't give him any, not a handy, nothing.
No, I get
Not
no.
a he didn't even do
I
hand
was-
stuff. Come on,
Nothing.
Back in the kneecaps?
No, he should have brought diamonds instead of eggs and cheese.
man.
Yeah.
Well, he was gonna cook you
Well,
breakfast.
well, wait. Nowadays, eggs and cheese is kind of valuable. That is diamonds. So
He was ahead of the curve.
he was definitely ahead of you. You could have probably
He was a
sold that.
visionary.
Visionary. He said, you don't know one day these eggs and cheese will get you far, my lady.
I'm a lady.
He's leaving with cheese and eggs. I'll show her one day. Yeah, you're gonna wish you could have these eggs.
Oh Lord.
You should write them.
Someone
You
said
should
I'm.
write How's those eggs doing?
Someone just texted me 419-345-3375. They said I'm Kelly's age. Screw you guys. That's the thing now, Kelly. You and I are the elder Spigsman. These two young whippersnappers.
I mean, I could birth them both.
I'd be
And
okay
it
with
wouldn't
it.
even be scandalous.
How
People
old's-
would pay to watch.
How old's your kid?
My oldest is 30.
Yep, you could
Yeah.
damn near.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could damn near be your mom.
Mhm.
Mommy.
Speaking of, it could be your mom.
That sounds
It could be your-
so creepy.
be your mom or your
I got
mommy.
some eggs and cheese. I don't. I actually need some.
If anyone's
Can
gonna
you buy me some?
hook up.
Please.
All right, I do have this story is interesting to me. Internet is swooning over this woman's rom-com story of she traveled 6,000 miles
Speaking of love.
for a second date.
Oh my God.
So a woman named Grace Kelly was hanging out at a hotel bar in Taiwan where she was on vacation when she met a potential suitor who owned a restaurant in East Asia country with whom she hit off. The first night, we were enjoying each other's company, so much of that we decided to stay up all night and make the most of the few hours we had, she said. We were literally talking about our ideal futures and living on a farm in Scotland with dogs and chickens and goats within hours of meeting. The duo's night sounded like one out of a rom-com. The hotel bar was closing, so he suggested we go to his restaurant at midnight to make pasta from scratch. Any vacation fling is fun, especially when you think you'll never see the person again. But in this case, when she eventually flew back home and he stayed in Taiwan for work, she and he kept in touch and spoke constantly for 3 weeks in different time zones. The couple couldn't stand to be apart much longer, so she booked herself a flight back to Taiwan, traveled the 6,000-mile trek to see the special lad again. I was so nervous going out there, but I'd arranged my own hotel just in case things didn't go as planned. But as soon as I arrived there, he'd arranged for flowers to be waiting in my hotel room, and he swooped me up as soon as the hotel elevator opened. After their time together in Taiwan, the lucky guy visited Kelly in the UK, and the two eventually met each other's families. We both rarely meet anyone who we click with as much and whose lifestyle matches each other so well. He's so refreshing, insanely skilled, and definitely the most intelligent man I've ever met, but also really funny and down to earth. She shared her story on social media, and the internet couldn't get enough. It looks like it was taken right out of a rom-com. Love, 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 said one person. I love this. Oh, how exciting. The most touching part of the story is that although these long-lost lovers met in a completely different country, it turned out they both grew up in the UK, living only an hour apart from each other. So she says, talk about the universe working in mysterious ways.
Mm-hmm.
So she came back 6,000 miles for a second date. The crazy thing she did for love.
That probably tops.
Dude, you haven't done it. You of all people, Steven, haven't done anything crazy for love. Come on, dude.
I wouldn't call it crazy. I'd call it
What-
stupid.
What'd you do?
Let me think.
Which one is the most?
Which one? I gotta
Which
go to the.
story
I
should
gotta go to the.
tell?
I gotta go to the memory Rolodex
I do.
under dumb things I've done for love.
Maybe I
Yeah.
should just look at Facebook.
Yeah.
I accidentally attended an orgy trying to, get with a girl. Does that count?
How'd you do that?
Did you stay?
No.
You didn't stay?
There's a lot more sausages there than there was buns.
That was a
so-
train, not an orgy.
Yeah. I just looked at her and was like, I'm leaving. You can come with me or you can stay.
She's like, I'm here for the main event. I am the main event.
Right. She's like,
Surprise.
I'm the featured girl. I was like, I made a big mistake.
She's like, actually,
I'm going
I need you
home.
to hold my hair.
Oh my gosh.
Steven, so you show up
Yeah.
and she's like, is she doing it when you show up or do you guys come
No.
together?
Yeah, we went there together.
And then she just said, all right, you coming? And
Yeah, so I went. So she's obviously a stripper, right?
Uh-huh.
So I went up to Michigan to hang out with her,
Uh-huh.
and then I met this. It was like during Halloween, right? So I was getting pretty lit. I met this dude who was dressed up like a wizard, and I was like, "You're Wizard Ron!" So I started partying with him there, and he was like, "Hey, we're having a get together at my house when we're done. If you guys want to come."
Uh-huh.
So I was like, "Let me ask my girl." I asked her; she was down, and then we got there, and it was just like. At first, it was like okay, you know, and then like everybody like started taking their clothes off and started like fucking each other, and there was a lot of dicks walking around, and I'm just looking at her like I don't know what we signed up for.
and she's like, I do.
She was actually uncomfortable.
Oh,
too.
she was- did she leave with
As
you?
a stripper,
left
she was
with me.
uncomfortable.
She was, yeah.
I think she
Man.
might have been lying
Yeah.
to you, but
I don't know.
She
I
really
don't know.
must have liked you.
Yeah.
I think she did at that time.
Nice.
Yeah, and then she started to hate me.
it's okay.
It's a story of my life.
It's the story of love.
It's
It's
funny.
love.
It's funny because I think we talked about this before with you, Trey. But like Demetrius is the type where relationships always explode, and Steven's the same way. Your relationships always explode.
It's like
Yeah.
grenade.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they're
Like
walking
grenade.
out of the relationship. It's that gift or whatever, and then you just see like a
Yeah.
bomb and
It's exploded.
fire.
Yeah.
and-
I'm just putting my shades on to cover
I
up my
mean,
tears.
it's not like just like tiptoeing through the tulips.
No, and like for me, like I'm pretty. It's always cordial. My relationships always end cordially. How do yours end, Trey?
I feel like I'm friends with pretty much all of my exes,
Yeah,
except
that's
one
crazy.
because she tased me. So
Oh my gosh.
what do you
um,
mean she tased you?
I said I was going out, but I wasn't out, and I lived in this house where I like kept the door always unlocked. It was in a safe neighborhood.
Yeah.
And she walked in, and I had people at my house, and then I like got up to give her a hug, and when I put my arms up, she literally had a taser and hit me in the side with it.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so that's the only one I don't talk to.
For obvious
Just because
reasons.
that was just one of many of the crazy events that would happen. I feel like I was.
That had to be in Florida.
So we should ask her.
No, that was here in
Oh,
Toledo.
really? Because usually Florida women are like that.
No. I didn't even get in
God.
Florida. I feel like in Florida it was very hard to date. Completely different
We sh-
environment.
We should have asked her what the craziest thing she's done for love.
I can
I
tell
tased
you,
this
I
some
can
bitch.
tell you, no, that would not be the craziest.
Holy
thing. That
shit.
Was bare minimum.
That was bare
and
That was
that's-
her being tame.
that was her actually just being calm. But yeah, no, that's why I don't talk to her
Insane.
because she is a fighter. She'll hit you. It doesn't matter what size you are.
Mm.
And
Give her
so-
my number.
Yeah.
That
Steven-
And
sounds
you know what?
exciting.
She used to be a
Steven-
stripper.
That's-
She's a retired stripper. She hung
Steven's
them heels
tight.
up.
I can see why she tased you now.
Hung the
Yeah.
heels up.
Yeah, hung
Yeah.
them heels
I
up.
almost got stabbed by a stripper once.
Really?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. No, not at all.
No.
Well, it surprised me.
One of many
I didn't
tactics.
see that coming. Yeah. I think we were just really like messed up, you know, we were partying hard and she started like freaking out and I was there with her brother and everything. And so like we were trying to keep her in the car to get her home and she had a knife in one of the glove boxes and tried pulling it on me. It was a pretty
Wow.
good night.
Steven, are you the okay? So we know that strippers. I mean, probably broken in a lot of ways. I mean, you know a lot of them. You worked in the stripper industry, Steven. I mean, a lot of them are broken, right?
Yeah.
We're all broken.
Which,
yeah.
which-
I'm
they're all
broken.
okay. They're
I'm broken.
Especially
too,
after
yeah.
going to the strip club, bro.
Yeah, I got more broke.
All right, let's move on. This is a crazy ass story. So a Bedford bowling coach fatally shot a teen, then killed himself. Fatally shot a teen that he taught, then killed himself. So the 33-year-old Ryan Leist, R-Y-N-E, Leist of Temperance, allegedly shot and killed 17-year-old Gwen Smith at her stepfather's home on West Stearns Road on June 14th. Leist made entry into the home and shot the teen multiple times. Investigators are still determining how Leist got inside the home. Smith, who recently graduated from Bedford High School, was a member of the club bowling team Leist coached. Just Tuesday, the sheriff's office said that Leist was not employed as a coach for Bedford Public Schools, sparking further confusion in the community. He thought he sought to clarify those comments on Wednesday, saying that he learned additional information that Leist was in fact a bowling coach for the club, but he was not paid employee of the school district. I guess they don't pay the bowling coaches. It's kind of a volunteer thing. In fact, a picture did appear of him and the bowling team in the 2024-25 yearbook. So the sheriff said Leist was paid through Forest View Lanes, the bowling alley where he previously worked. The sheriff said Leist was no longer an employee at the Temperance establishment in the time of the fatal shootings. They didn't have a clear timeline as to what happened. There's no evidence to indicate the two were dating or ever in a relationship. There had to be.
Oh,
it has
had to be.
How old was she?
That's gonna.
17.
17. Just graduated.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, did any of you guys watch the news and watch the sheriff or come in and give his report? He was talking about both of the
Cases.
and
Mhm.
he was choked up.
Mm.
I don't think that community has ever had such fatal young people die.
Three,
Four.
six, or
Four,
Wait.
right? The two.
the two. Then this one 17-year-old. Who's the fourth?
Oh, I thought the bowling coach killed himself. He did not.
Oh, that I didn't see that in the
Okay,
story,
okay.
but he's in his 30s. I didn't consider him a teen.
Yeah,
so,
but I mean, I
but-
mean, young people. I
Right,
would call
right.
these two young people. They're in
yeah,
their
no,
30s.
agreed.
I don't
You
feel
know,
young.
like
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, that's devastating to that community.
Yeah, that is, and probably going to find out there's some. You only do that for love. Like, there's no other
Oh.
reason you break into someone's house. Like, so
Unless
you're-
she stole his good bowling ball
I don't know.
I'm getting it back.
Yeah,
in blood.
crazy.
Right.
E. coli levels improving in the Toledo Creeks, but not enough to lift the public health safety advisory. Delaware Creek and Swan Creek still elevated. The water latest test results now, but conditions are improving. Lucky water is safe to drink. Radon it may be required for mitigation efforts in some places, but they say the water is safe. Nah, it ain't happening. You remember?
Yeah,
Do you-
stick with them bottled
Do you
waters.
remember that before that first algae bloom? How long ago was that, Kelly?
Gosh.
5 years ago, 10 years ago? I
I
don't
would
even
have
fucking
to-
know.
I would
Is it
have
10
said
years?
10.
Has it been 10 years?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was before I moved to Florida for sure.
So it was before you moved to Florida.
Yeah.
So
When it was all green.
yeah, it was,
Remember?
and
Yeah.
we couldn't drink the water. Remember, we
Yeah.
had to
And
get
that
bottled
boil-
water.
that Boil
Well,
advisory
it wasn't-
afterwards.
I don't even know, but we couldn't take showers. Remember, they were
Yeah.
had set up stations where we had to give out water. Most people I know have never gone back to before that. We drank faucet water, I think, but since that incident, I don't think anyone drinks faucet water
I do.
anymore.
I do.
I do too.
Do you really?
I do, but I think that my apartment is filtered, so maybe I got I don't either. It wouldn't matter. It tastes good, and it's cold. The Florida water. Have you ever had Florida water?
No.
That's
Sounds delicious.
It's very disgusting.
Really?
It's like high
see
in
that.
iron. It's literally, it tastes like metal.
Oh.
Even when you shower, you have to get a water softener. I mean, if you can afford that, or
Uh-huh.
if you want to pay for one, but it's just the Florida water is it tastes like nickels have been sitting in the water marinating. It's nasty.
Someone said, God damn, early August 2014. It's been over a decade. Like
Wow.
time is just freaking going like this.
Mm-hmm.
What? So anyway, I don't think anyone. I can't believe you drink faucet water,
I've
bro.
been
I-
drinking bottled
Me
water
too.
since when Flint happened. What happened in Flint?
with the lead.
Yeah, I was like, it's a matter of time
If I'm
till it hits
thirsty, I'm
us. I ain't
thirsty.
trusting it.
Really?
If I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty.
I mean, yeah, I don't mind it at all.
Damn.
Do you still drink
Yeah,
faucet water?
Absolutely.
I don't know many people that drink faucet. My
I'm
kids
too
will not
paranoid.
drink. My kids will not drink faucet
Yeah,
water.
but they
know-
won't even drink coffee unless it's Starbucks.
What doesn't
your
drink-
kids are a little bougie.
Freaking bougie
What
kid.
doesn't drink faucet water is a steamer, like an iron steamer.
Uh-huh.
It will break it. It will break it down. It will cause
Really?
corrosion. I've literally ruined
Mm.
3 steamers off of filtered water. It says on the back, use bottled water, but if I could drink it, I thought the
What'd you
damn
use?
steamer-
You used faucet water?
Yeah.
But doesn't that worry you if you broke 3 steamers and you're putting that shit in your body?
Well, I mean, I understand it now. I'm on my 4th steamer. I get it. I thought at first
it took 3 steamers for you to not
because
drink the water
the
anymore.
first 2 were Florida water, so I was like, this makes sense. It's
Yeah, yeah.
Florida water. And then I just got one like 2 months ago, and it broke again. And I'm like, it's
Mm.
got to be water.
Gotta be
It's the water.
But
dude.
it does say on there, use bottled water.
Oh, see, I did get a text in 419-345-3375. Little known fact: 8 ounces of faucet water a day will help you be immune from COVID.
Yeah, have fun with that.
I think he's kidding. I'll drink it from an old garden hose. I don't care. I used to.
Now, I do remember that as a kid. yeah.
Absolutely.
On a hot summer day, man.
But
the
I think-
hose water.
Yeah,
Just,
but I think once that algae bloom hit, I think people just kind of steered away from. And then now the whole country is. Remember, we didn't used to carry water around. I mean, there used to be water faucets everywhere you would go. And then
it's
all
like
of a
the
sudden,
cool thing to do now. They got like all them like cups and stuff and Stanleys and
Yep.
whatever them other ones are called.
you should see our closet, man. There's
don't
60
trust your city's water.
You got water right next to you.
we put them in we buy those things
Yeah.
though. Those spring
So
water.
it's that water is
I know.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toledo resident dies after sustaining injuries in a chemical accident. This story is insane to me. So this
become the Joker.
this guy was a resident of Westland Garden Apartments. Do you know where that's at, Trey?
I don't.
He was one of the many people evacuated from the apartment complex after a chemical incident early in June, so early this month. Ryan Martin, along with other residents, returned home that day after the all clear was given that the building was ventilated. He woke up the next morning in severe pain. Family rushed him to the hospital. Everyone was evacuated for several hours. Then they were cleared to go back. Martin was transported to Toledo Hospital and then transferred to Detroit Receiving Hospital. He battled his injuries for several days before he died on June 13th.
Oh my
The
god.
family said he died from organ failure
No, Lord.
from this freaking chemical thing. And then they said he was okay.
Oh my gosh.
How scary is that?
So scary.
Jesus.
And so, like, every time I hear a story like that, I'm like, I gotta be living my best life. What the hell's wrong with me?
I know,
Can
because you
happen
because
at
you
any
could go at
time.
any time.
Anytime.
Former Rossford police chief convicted of accessing and misusing law enforcement database after he left the department. The first alleged offense took place in December of 2019, with the last one April of 2024. Remember so this is the police chief. He was looking people up and he wasn't supposed to. His son got fired for the same thing. If you remember, his son saw this hot woman and then looked her information up online, from what I remember.
And then Facebooked her,
And then he
right?
Facebooked her. He's like, hey.
He knew what he wanted.
I'm the guy that gave you a ticket earlier.
Remember the dumbest thing we've done for love?
What's up, mama?
I don't get it. Why don't they just get the app Forewarn? I mean, I can have the app Forewarn because I'm a real estate agent, and you put anybody's name in it, and it will give you their phone number. It will give you all the violations, like all of their legal violations. I mean, it gives you everything. I mean,
How much is it?
I don't know, because we get it free through our brokerage.
Oh.
But
Can
I
you-
know, like,
can
my
you type in
girlfriends
my
are
name?
always
You type in Steven's name. Why don't you type his
I'm
name?
curious
Yeah.
what it would pull up.
I can. I
All right.
will. My
will.
girlfriends
Armed and dangerous.
my girlfriends are talking to people, and they'll be like, hey, can you run this name through? Can you run this name through?
Okay, what if Kelly just looked you up and then just like got up in the middle of the show and just walked out?
What did you find?
I
don't
gotta
even
go.
know. I don't even know what I did.
Oh my god!
I looked myself up, and y'all know I am the worst driver in the world.
Oh, no.
And so, like, I look up, and we were literally talking about it at my office, and they're
Mhm.
like, some of the girls were saying, if they have 5 violations, I'm like concerned, but you can tell what they are, and I'm like, for traffic, I mean, no, and they're like, no, and I go, let me see how many I have. 32. I have
Whoa.
32
Jesus,
because
Kelly.
it keeps you forever. So, like, every time I mean, I had to go to school for speeding. I mean,
I guess over my lifetime, I probably had 20 speeding tickets. I guess.
I have had a lot. And then if for accidents, I'm like, I have 32 violations under my name. So, yeah, then there's
That's
that.
funny. A determination from the Ohio Supreme Court leaves in place a lower court ruling regarding the bus situation for private school students and public school students in Sylvania. So here's what's happened is private student district plans require private school students to be bused to a central location, then switch buses before taking to their school back in 2022. Some also raised concerns about mixing young children and high schoolers on the same bus. It was a move intended to ease the burden on the district, and it was having trouble finding bus drivers. So 2 families filed lawsuits over the plans, alleging that Sylvania Schools was treating religious students differently than public school students. So a judge in Lucas County dismissed the case with prejudice in 2024, saying the plaintiffs had failed to show there was a violation of their First Amendment rights, among other claims. And now the Supreme Court, Supreme Court leaves in place the lower court's ruling that that's okay. You can put everyone on one bus and get them to a location. Doesn't matter what their age is.
Well, here's the thing, right? So it's a private school, so I'm pretty sure parents are paying a tuition, a premium. So I feel like they probably have a little bit more money to spend, right?
Yeah.
You would think so. Being a public student who's not, there's no charge, I feel like the expenses are probably a little bit different. But I definitely hate the fact that kids of all ages are on one bus, just because them kids, them older kids be bullying them little kids. And I just seen a video like a couple months ago of like a high schooler beating up like a sixth grader, and like no one did anything. I feel like if I was the family, like you talk about crashing out over love, I crash out over family. So I feel like the whole family would have to see me outside in the front yard immediately.
Not only that, Trey, even to the less severe, I mean, high school kids aren't talking about the same stuff a grade schooler is.
Agreed.
So now you're exposed to this stuff that these high school kids are talking about, and you don't want your kids exposed. At that age.
I just think nowadays with technology and all the access that kids have to it, they're exposed automatically.
But
I feel like they're halfway into conversations on the bus with the older students.
They're probably the ones starting it.
I did get a text. I just looked up Steven for his background, and here's his offenses.
Okay.
1 count of smacking a stripper on the ass at a strip club and yelling "yeet yeet." 2 counts of animal abuse. He tried to ride a goat at the petting zoo at Toledo Zoo.
Oh my God.
And then in 2019, 4 counts of taking illegal pictures. Was caught taking pictures of women's feet at Walmart underneath the door of the changing room. Jesus, Steven.
I'm not even into feet. Get it right.
I'm in the knees.
Back knees,
Who's
front
in,
knees.
who's in the
any
knees? Are people into knees? Is that
I
a
don't
thing?
know.
I'm sure
I bet there is a thing.
people into knees. I'm pretty sure
There's
a
definitely
kink for everything.
I don't know. You did say mentioned knees twice. I don't think we've ever mentioned knees in the show. I think you mentioned them twice today.
I said back knees. This was the first time front of knees. Maybe I said knees, but back knees. Then this was front of knees.
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
okay, but it's 2 knees of
It's true.
references.
Up next
Are
to
you
Japanese.
Are you into knees?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I need exotic knees.
Those Japanese knees. All right. So remember that cruise ship that docked in Toledo?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Well, now there's going to be a second one going to be docked here. Basically, it's like if you go on this is like the Temu version of a cruise, because when you go on a cruise, you go on excursions, you stop in like Acapulco and all those places. I guess if you go on a Temu cruise, your excursion is you get off on the east side.
Toledo's like a third world of itself.
You just get greeted by Eastside Allen in a cat suit.
That would be amazing. You had a lay on, and he's holding lace, put an AZ over your head.
They really should.
Cigarette out of his
They
mouth.
really should put him on staff
Oh
immediately.
my god!
Toledo greeter.
Welcome to Toledo.
Kelly, someone asked, what was that site where you look people up? What is it called?
Forewarn.
Forewarn.
It's an app.
And
Yep.
is it open to anyone to buy it? Or
Yeah,
is
I
it just
believe
realtors?
so.
Okay. All right. So tensions are rising fast in the Middle East. Iran is warning the U.S. to back off. I don't know. Are we going to war? That's what people are
Yes.
saying. You said, what do you mean? Yes. You
I
don't
think
know.
we are.
You think so?
Yeah, because like Iran's not going to back down, and like America's not going to back down. We're going to get Israel's back, and it's just going to be war.
Iran's supreme leader threatened imperial damage to the U.S. if it joins his war against Iran. Said it would never surrender. This morning, Iranian missiles caused extensive damage to a major Israeli hospital. Jesus, what's next? As Trump weighs his next move, lawmakers in Congress are pushing back. The House considering a resolution that would limit the president's ability to launch military action in the region without congressional approval.
That's so dumb.
Over in the Senate, another proposal would block any federal funding for military forces against Iran unless it's in self-defense or formally authorized by Congress. I don't know. It's a buddy of mine posted yesterday. He goes, "Do you have a charcoal grill?" And I'm like, "I don't. Why?" He goes, everyone needs to have a charcoal grill. He said, because if something happens, it's the end of times. I mean, you can at least, I guess you have to stock charcoal. I don't know, but I know. I guess you use paper. I guess you use wood. You should have a grill to be able to grill meat or whatever. Like, let's say your power goes out, you got one of these fancy propane ones that don't work. Everyone, he says you need to have a charcoal grill.
If we get to that point, I'm just gonna take myself out
because I'm just gonna join whatever fighting at that time.
Too much. I feel like, God damn, I didn't ask to be this. I'm just trying to go to work.
I know.
I think it's so crazy how people who are these politicians can really just decide your day-to-day activities.
Yeah.
It's like literally drama that doesn't involve me, and then yet I'm gonna have to defend myself, like potentially, because they, like crazier these people talk to, they can bring the war to America,
right,
or start bombing. I just think it's so crazy that these older men have the power to put me in the middle of some shit like this.
Yeah,
I didn't ask for this.
Literally,
right. I'm trying to figure out how to afford eggs.
Literally.
You're trying to start World War III in Washington.
And you're literally taking my tax dollars and buying a goddamn ballistic missile. I can't even go on vacation, and here you are buying your third ballistic missile with my damn tax dollars. I'm not understanding this.
I'm not understanding it.
Please.
I just don't want to. Like, I'm just tired of all the fighting. Yeah. Dude, God, we all just need to get really, really high. The whole world.
Right?
Something shit.
In a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court upheld a Tennessee law banning puberty blockers and hormone therapy for transgender minors in a scathing dissent. The court's senior liberal judge wrote that the majority had abandoned transgender children and their families to political whims. This should be up to families. Stay the fuck out of it. It's amazing. Okay, I'm embarrassed by this next one. Totally embarrassed, because I follow the news. Like, I know what's going on.
Like, you're embarrassed as an American, or
I just as I had never heard until I was yesterday years old when I found out who Karen Reed was.
I don't even know who
I don't even know who that is either.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. You don't know either?
No.
The people were losing their minds. Do you know who she is, Kelly?
No.
You don't know who Karen Reed is?
No.
Pull her up on Forewarn.
That's funny. Don't worry,
Okay,
I got you.
so here's what happened. And I'm watching the news, and they said this country is divided 50-50 right now. People who are obsessed over the Karen Reed story, and people who've never heard of the Karen Reed story, and I had never heard of it until yesterday.
Me neither.
So Karen Reed yesterday was acquitted.
I know who she is now.
She's in the killing of her police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe. Less than a year. So she got charged in this case like a year ago, but the jurors couldn't come to a decision, so it was like a hung jury. So she maintained that the police framed her for the murder in a case that's divided the Boston suburbs for 3 years. So here's what happened. She gets in a fight with her boyfriend, who's a cop. He wants to. They're at a party, or they're hanging out, or whatever. He wants to go to another party where there's cops and families and whatever. And I guess she got pissed at him, so she wasn't going to the party. She was buzzed, or at least buzzed for sure, drunk, and she takes him to the party. She says she dropped him off. So her legal team is saying that he went inside and they beat the shit out of him and then left him out in the snow to die. That's what her people are saying. Well, what the prosecutors are saying is she got pissed at him, ran him the fuck over, and then rolled out. So
what's the evidence?
The evidence, well, they found her not guilty.
Why?
They acquitted her. I don't know. It's the same
like
thing.
If she ran somebody, like, wouldn't there be like tire prints, or like, did they check her tires to find blood?
They did everything, man. They checked.
They had to.
Well, she is on probation though.
Yeah, she's
for drinking,
for the
driving.
so she did get charged for the DUI for the drunk driving, but not the murder.
It's just a far reach for, like, because he wanted to go to that party, which are clearly his friends, like cop friends. So you're trying to tell us that they beat the shit out of him when he was there.
Well, what they're saying is because it's a corrupt cop circle that they framed her of the. And you're a conspiracy guy, but you're not buying this one.
No. I was saying that because, like, I get
it. You're saying it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's
because, like, at first it didn't make sense why they would beat the shit out of their buddy cop, but now it's like, oh, okay.
Well, so they're saying that that you can't. She's saying that she didn't run him over and she had nothing to do with it. She just dropped him off, and and so anyway, they believed her. I mean, they believed her, and
So they did say online though that she did have a broken taillight, and that his injuries were consistent of being hit by a car.
Dude.
So
well, and that's the thing. It's like because of people like you, Stephen, that believe like conspiracy theories. What her people did was just muck the system up so bad, and there was enough incompetence on the police side to make people have reasonable doubt. So then they acquitted her.
Maybe both sides were in on
multiple
it.
people on the scene said that Reed said, "I hit him. I hit him. Oh my god." So
Well, and it's crazy because
He just says so.
But what happened? What had happened was on TikTok, all these.
she made a TikTok about it.
Oh no! All these crime.
I hit him.
I hit him. I hit him. Oh my god!
All these crime drama. What do they call those? Crime junkies.
Yeah,
All these crime junkies. All these moms at home with nothing better to do. They all started, dissecting and said that she was innocent. So they like hundreds of people, hundreds of these women showed up like to support this woman. And so she's become like a cult hero, even though she fucking killed her husband.
God.
But
These women are living through her.
they're living. Yeah, they're like,
I
man,
wish I could hit my husband with a car
and get away with it.
Get away with it. It's a hero to them women.
Oh my God.
Right.
They're like Cameron Reed.
Holy
Cameron
shit, it's so
Reed.
interesting. Anyway, I did get a text in 419-345-3375. I told you to keep an eye on Court TV. Lots of news there. Karen Reed totally killed him, but the media blast saved her just like Trump was elected. His phone never left the yard after she left. Your phone tracks everything, and it never did another motion after she left. So he died and he dropped his phone right there. And her car, she left him, and her car did track her going in reverse at 24 miles an hour before she left.
God.
This
She was
bitch killed
clearly
him.
trying to get that parking spot.
Yeah,
Definitely killed him.
Jesus, insane.
Have you ever wanted to hit anyone with your car, Kelly?
Yes. I have never done that. I'm not a road rager.
But have you thought about it?
No,
You never wanted to hit a man with your car?
no. I've never really I don't know. I don't get that way. I just
You're done. You're
I'm
done.
done.
You're done.
stick
I
a
did-
fork in me.
I
I
dig it
once backed into an ex's car.
on
Like,
purpose.
yeah, like I floored it. Right into it.
Steven, your
Here's
emotions.
the you're insane.
Here's the
Wait,
thing.
this is a
She
good
had
thing.
hit my car prior. It was an accident.
Call the
but, like,
police.
she still hit it. You know what I'm saying? So when we kind of broke up, I was really pissed, and I was like, "You gonna hit my fucking car?" So like when I was leaving her house, I floored it and backed into hers and then pulled
Jesus.
off. Yeah, it was fun.
I probably would have kicked it. I wouldn't have ruined my own car.
Right.
No, yeah, I didn't think that all the way through. I pulled over at the gas station when I left. I was like, "Fuck, I'm over. No, why do I do this to myself?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I did get another text. There was another officer that wanted to date Karen Reed and murdered O'Keefe out of jealousy. That's this listener is saying. Someone said not her husband, and the guy was raising his. Oh yeah, and this cop who was raising his dead sister's kids. So not only did she fucking, well, she didn't. She got acquitted. Not only did she allegedly not, well, you can't even say it.
Dude, yeah, like
She got off. I mean,
killed him.
she
she just OJ'd him.
one of the commentators said, I feel like this is an OJ moment all over again.
for
like,
sure.
Clearly guilty and nothing.
That's crazy.
Oh,
It is random and rare when you see the justice system fail.
I know. Well, and it's just like I said, I can't believe I had never heard one word in that fucking story until yesterday. It's like,
Same.
breaking news all over, seeing it everywhere. It's breaking news everywhere, and I'm like, I've never heard of this story.
O'Keefe sounds familiar though. I feel like I've heard that name like
I don't know.
a lot of times before.
As we enter summer, for any of you mothers out there and wives that are looking for her lawyer, his name is Alan Jackson.
Right?
He's based out of Los Angeles.
Dude, that dude is going to be getting paid now.
Absolutely.
Everyone is going to want Alan.
Oh, yeah.
He's based out of L.A. because this was
Yes,
happened in
yes.
this happened in
So
like
she had
Boston
two lawyers.
area.
She had two lawyers. She had Alan Jackson, which is Los Angeles based,
Uh-huh.
but then she also had David Yannetti, who is
Uh-huh.
a Boston based
Uh-huh.
lawyer. So she had two lawyers.
Damn.
She was smart.
Crazy. Someone said she rage voicemailed him 53 times after she left. Still legally drunk at 6 a.m.
What was her voicemails? Was she like, "Where the fuck are you?" You know?
I hope you're dead, bitch.
Well, a lot of times they'll do that to cover their tracks too. Like they'll be like, I'm calling him. Why would I call him? You say, why would I call him if I killed him?
Damn. Maybe
So
she
smart.
forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I
she
would
just-
not be a good murderer.
Maybe she just thought
She's
that she
so-
hit him, but he was still alive.
And like, does alcohol, like, I don't know, make her brilliant or something? Because I think if you're that effed up,
Mhm.
I don't know if you're thinking things through like that.
One more, and then we'll wrap it up. An influencer wife calls the police on the husband who is forcing her to do some housework over creating content.
Her job.
She felt he put her social media career under house arrest. Many blame social media for interfering with their life, but for some people, it's just the opposite. A woman in India filed a police complaint after her Instagram follower count declined, claiming that her husband's housework demands cut into her influencer duties. So she didn't have time to make reels, and so she was losing her followers. So she called the police on her.
What is going on in
husband.
people's brains in today's day and age? I just don't understand that.
Man, there's so many other good stories.
Brain rot.
Brain rot.
Brain rot.
Did
Could
guys-
you imagine being the person who took that 911 call?
my husband won't let me make reels.
Did you say
What?
what?
What? All right.
He's making me clean and be responsible in the house.
That is the news.
Did you hear about that influencer girl though on TikTok, Emily Kaiser, who her 3-year-old son drowned in her pool?
Oh no!
And so it gets worse. It gets worse. So I guess she was battling postpartum. And she went out for the first time with her friends, and they had just had a pool party, and her husband was inside putting their new baby down, and the 3-year-old was asleep, but the 3-year-old somehow woke up, got out to the pool, and they had a gate for the pool, but they had, like I said, just had a pool party, so they didn't finish setting or cleaning up everything.
Right.
And then the mom with postpartum, this is where it gets worse, got a motion detector that something was happening in the backyard and was watching her 3-year-old drown in the pool as she's trying to call her husband, and her husband's phone was on vibrate as he was putting the other baby to bed. So yeah, she lost her 3-year-old son due to a backyard
party
drowning. Right? Yeah, that's crazy.
Insane. All
That's
right.
the worst story ever.
Wow.
That is the news. A lot going on today. That is the news. I mean, I could go on for another hour. That is the news. Here's traffic and weather.
All right. From the Taylor Automotive Traffic Center, I'm Steven on Andrew Z in the morning. Right now, we are looking at your traffic and weather. Right now, we have road construction over on Salisbury Road and Airport Highway, exit 8. It is reduced to 2 lanes, so if you're over there, proceed with caution. We also do have road construction. The left lane is closed over on I-475 after the Dorr Street exit. So if you're out there, also proceed with caution. Don't forget about in Point Place. There are roads closed. 124th Street's closed to construction. And also Nebraska Avenue is also closed due to construction. So there's a lot of construction going on. Let's see what else we got there. That's it. Yeah, that's it. And you pay what we pay when you buy your new vehicle at Taylor Kia of Toledo. You get employee pricing. Let us know what you're looking for. We'll sell it to you at our cost. This is a limited time offer. Learn more. Visit us at TaylorKiaToledo.com or give us a call 419-842-8811 to speak with a team member today. Now we're looking at the Furniture Palace forecast. It is currently 69 outside, mostly cloudy. Looks like we're going to be expecting some showers here in the morning. We'll taper off for the afternoon. Going to have clear skies later on. We're going to have a high of 77 today, followed by a low of 64 later on tonight. Furniture Palace, where everything you see is on sale. Furniture Palace has the guaranteed lowest prices on thousands of in-stock name brand items, plus no credit needed financing. 4 convenient locations: Central Avenue, Toledo; Reynolds Road, Maumee; Woodville Road, Northwood; Navarre Avenue, Oregon, or online at FurniturePalaceToledo.com. That's your traffic and weather. I'm Steven on Andrew Z in the morning.
That's it, my friends, over at State Line Sauce, the #1 hot sauce in all of Toledo. If you haven't tried State Line yet, there's really no excuse, because now State Line is at Meijer stores. All the Meijer stores in the area, look for State Line sauce. There's a great little section in Meijer now where it's kind of like local foods, and there's some other good stuff in there too. There's a great a kebab I can't remember the name of the place, but a kebab place in town that's got a marinade that I put on some chicken. It was really good. So go to State Line, go to Meijer's State Line sauce, or tonight you can see them at the Perrysburg Farmers Market. Saturday you can see them at the Toledo Farmers Market, and online at StatelineSauceCo.com. State Line sauce you need to get sauced. Steven, you're up.
Mike, oh, there it is. All right, guys, while you're getting sauce, don't forget to check out Holy Grail Wellness. The things that they're cooking up are miraculous. That's right. I'm down 152 pounds because of them and what they've done for me. They literally take the time to talk to you, reach out to you, make sure you're doing good, help you out in any way that they can. They've got all kinds of knowledge and all kinds of products. One of those products right now is GLP-1 shot. Currently 3 months for $750 and a free consultation. If you're interested in losing weight and you need some help to get going, Holy Grail Wellness is the place to go. Try www.thestabbingnurse.com, or you can text or call 419-388-7760. Once again, www.thestabbingnurse.com. Go online, get that free consult, and check out everything that they have to offer. Let Holy Grail Wellness start changing your life today.
We've all heard about it, the Japanese head spot, and it is currently available at Skinology. This ultimate scalp facial will dissolve your stress as they lavish your scalp. They include a scalp analysis, a detox treatment, a deep conditioning treatment, a hair mask, and a scalp massage. Spoil yourself with a rejuvenating treatment that will leave you feeling refreshed and renewed. After all, your scalp deserves some pampering too. To book your appointment, go to skinologyfacebar.com.
Got to tell you, my friends over at Regan Insurance, they've been protecting Toledo families since 1967. It is time for them to protect your family. It's easy to do. Go to Regan Insurance, ReganINS.com, and you can start saving money today on your insurance. They'll give you a free, no obligation insurance checkup to make sure you're not paying too much money for your insurance, to make sure you're getting the amount of coverage that you need for your family to keep them safe. They will make sure that you are taken care of, and they're an independent insurance company, meaning they don't have allegiance to any certain company. Whatever company is going to save you money, that's who they're going to have you go with. So, and if you're happy with who you got after you do your insurance checkup, you don't think you're paying too much, then stay where you're at. They're okay with that too. They just want you to make sure that you're protected the way you need to be. Go to ReganInts.com and start saving money on your insurance today.
Live from the Taylor Automotive Studios, Northwest Ohio's largest car dealership, Cadillac, Hyundai, Genesis, and Kia dealers, along with quality used cars from the top foreign and domestic automakers. Stop by your local dealership, test drive your new car, truck, van, or SUV today. Also brought to you by Skinology, Furniture Palace, Regan Insurance, Holy Grail Wellness, and State Line Sauce Company. Now back to Andrew Z in the morning.
I'm Andrew Z. Kelly Latz, the princess of property from Howard Hanna Realty. Stephen B. Hardy is in the house, and our good friend, it's Thursdays with social media influencer Trey Berry. Let's go.
Andrew Z in the morning.
Woo! All right, it's time for Steve Sleeves. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, everybody. Survived Rain-mageddon last night.
Did you lose power at all, or were you good?
Well, no, so we were doing like a work event over at the pickleball courts yesterday. So like our event got done, I'm going to say probably like around 7, and everybody decided to go out on the patio. We're sitting out on the patio and having cocktails. People start coming outside, and then coming from the south, you could just see this shelf cloud coming. And then my one friend's wife called. She's in so bad. She's like, run. She's like, run for cover. It's coming. And so we're like, okay, we're just all sitting there like, oh, this is cool. Everybody's taking pictures. And I mean, it hit like the patio furniture's blowing over. Like, wow. Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had to stay inside for like 40 minutes till it went by.
Mm-mm-mm.
It was cool, though.
Yeah.
I was thinking, Dora's home by herself. I'm like, oh, the puppy's probably freaking out.
Was she okay?
She was fine. She was up there. She was home eating her little kibbles, watching TV. Oh yeah, she was fine.
Yeah, my kids didn't even bark. They were just completely chilled with it.
My kids,
my babies,
the babies.
She
was fine. She was fine, but no, I mean it was bad though.
Yeah,
some places were like got flooded. I know the streets were flooding really fast though. The water was like just coming, but other than that, I was like, okay, it wasn't as bad as they thought it was gonna be.
No, I didn't think so either. All right, Steve, what's going on, Sleaze?
Well, happy birthday, Blake Shelton. So the country star turns 49 yesterday. So, and his wife, Gwen Stefani, did her social media due diligence with the celebratory post. Now, she shared several video and photos of their life together with fans. The montage was super cute. Clips from their various performances the two have shared, as well as behind the scenes footage from the time on The Boys. It was super cute because if you remember, that's where they met on the competition series. So Stefani snuck in a few photos of their life home in Oklahoma, as well as special clips from the wedding in 2021. There were also plenty of smooches between them included in the video package. So she goes on to say, "Happy birthday to my greatest love. You are my everything." They are cute. The couple's duet, Nobody But You, plays over this entire tribute, and fans are just gushing over one of them, saying that these are one of their favorite love stories. They are so sweet. They are everything to me. So up next, the couple will be celebrating their 4th wedding anniversary on July 3rd. So that's cute.
Wow.
Everybody loves a love story.
Everyone does love a love story. No one wants to talk about the family that was destroyed because he was cheating on her with Gwen Stefani. Who's this girl? His wife at the
Miranda Lambert.
Miranda Lambert. Thank you.
Miranda Lambert.
No one wants to talk about that. I did get I did get a text in.
Clearly you do.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't want people to be happy shitting on love.
Maybe I should write her.
Nobody wants to call Gwen a homewrecker, huh?
I'll do it.
She's a holler back girl.
Damn.
Shit is bananas, huh?
BANANAS.
Oh no, let the puns flow.
I did get a text in about the weather yesterday. He said my wife yelled at me to get in the bathtub when the tornado was coming. So I got naked, put some candles on. I thought she wanted to get freaky, but then she brought all the kids in the bathroom to hide from the tornado. It was super awkward.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Always the bathtub. Like, why do people feel the bathtub is the place to go?
That's
I
what
don't know.
they say that's what the bathroom is.
It was on the news last night. They were saying
was?
if you don't have a basement, go to the bathtub.
It's the safest. Why is it the safest area? Do we know? It just is.
Because when the wind takes it, it'll carry you like a carpet ride. You just kind
Well,
of
the
sit in
shower
there and you're
cur-
like,
the shower curtain.
The shower curtain,
I'm like, the shower curtain ain't gonna help you. You
right?
scratch down in that tub. There's that. Okay. It's not gonna protect you. So I'm like, why the bathtub?
Right. Exactly.
Plus, like, I'm not even gonna fit in the tub. You know what I'm saying? My whole family in one tub. That ain't happening.
What else, Steve?
So this Michigan man, we talked about this before, had been breaking into Eminem's home for a second time. He got sentenced yesterday, 15 to 30 years for breaking in his home.
Wow.
I bet he don't do it again.
Well,
Mm-mm.
not for 15 to 30 years he won't. But at year
I bet
30,
he ain't doing
at
it.
year 30 you're going to hit number 3 for break-ins.
Yes.
I did get a text in the bathroom is the safest place because there are no windows. You know, because they say that the glass, you know, if it shatters, and
Yeah, and I think I heard too that bathrooms are usually in the center of a home, so less interior walls to cave in. So that's what I heard.
more like the home is the structure is more solid towards the center. Yeah. What else, Steve?
I don't know about
might
that.
die.
That soap on a rope will do a beat down on you. Get that soap on a rope to flowing around.
Long story short, in a tornado, there's really no safe place
No.
Yeah.
other than run
Yeah. Well, no, that's not safe.
the opposite
You
direction. or
can't.
something.
You can't. You
You
can't
remember-
outrun a
Do you
tornado.
remember the
Watch
movie
me.
Twisters?
Yeah.
Do you remember the scene where like the big tornado was coming and they got in that barn together and he like put his belt on that pipe or whatever and they just kind of hung on while it blew through? How accurate do you think that actually
I
was?
don't know.
I don't think it was very accurate.
I don't think so.
That was a strong ass
Well,
pipe.
And then,
Strong as belt.
or they
Yeah, that too.
Who's the maker?
Or what about the one where they say if you're in a car? Because Steve, I remember you got caught in a tornado once.
I did on 75
in the car.
I remember that.
They
Yep.
say that you're supposed to get out of your car and go lay in the ditch. I feel safer in the car than in a ditch.
Me too.
I get
Because if
I
the
get
wind's
that,
gonna
though.
blow up and if the wind's gonna take me and blow me over, honey, I would be listening to some songs and at least have a little cocktail in the car as opposed to
Well,
dish with.
exactly. If it's gonna toss a 7,000, 8,000 pound car, how is it not gonna toss a 150-pound human being?
I think
Thank you.
physics.
What physics?
I
What
think
physics?
because like you're in a ditch, maybe like the wind only like stays on the ground level. So if you're in a ditch that's like lower than the ground
think
level
that-
where the
you're right.
tornado's at,
I think I've heard of that. I think you're onto something there.
I don't think I
Yeah.
could. I don't think I. Okay, so if you have a choice, if a tornado's coming at you, you're in the car. Do you get out and go into a ditch, or do you stay in your car?
I'm driving my
You're
car
staying in the car.
I'm trying to see how
Driving
far
the car
I
in
can
the
go
ditch?
the opposite way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm
For
flooring
sure.
it the opposite way. I'm not.
I'm putting my best Fast and the Furious on, and I'm getting with it.
I'm with it.
Screaming
I'm turning
family.
on the Beach Boys. You know,
Well-
last week y'all put me on. I'm putting on my new Beach Boys playlist on Spotify. I'm calling my mother, letting her know that I'm currently running, not from the cops, but from a tornado. It is June 19th, so no cops. We're not running from you today.
I'm with you,
Tornadoes.
man. I think I would stay in the car. I would turn the other way and just try and floor it, and then just try not run it. But there's no chance I trust me getting out of the car and laying in a ditch while a fucking tornado is coming at me.
I'm blasting "Home Sweet Home" by Motley Crue and just driving right
Oh.
through it.
Driving through
Here we
it.
go, baby. Cowabunga.
It's the way Steven wants to go.
Yeah, just nobody would see it either. I would go out legendary. They wouldn't know it.
What else, Steve?
Oh my gosh, I love it. So anyway, did you
No, but
guys?
by the
know
way,
that-
someone said a tornado wasn't the only thing blowing Steve on 75.
That's right.
Hey,
Get it,
hey,
Steve.
Last wishes. Last wishes. Hey, there you go.
Is that what you would do, Steve? You had somebody in the car like, hey, listen, it's not looking good for both of us. Unzip.
I cannot comment on that.
Because you're a gentleman, right, Steve?
That's right. Hey, whatever my final wishes are my final wishes. There you go.
What else, Steve?
So, did you know that Brad Pitt owes his career to a stripper and her friend Charlie Sheen?
What?
Yep. So, Brad dropped out of the University of Missouri two credits shy and drove his dented silver dots into Hollywood with cliche dreams of stardom. He had $300 to his name. Now, he started doing odd jobs to survive, like dressing as a chicken for a fast food joint, driving strippers to bachelor parties in a limo. And that's where he got his big break. It was about 2 months into the job, and he was already fed up with it. He had given his notice, and it was his last night of the job when one of the girls he was driving told him about an acting class that her and friend Charlie Sheen were attending. So Brad figured, if it's good enough for Charlie, it's good enough for me. So he signs up. A woman he met in the class had lined up an audition with the talent agent, and she asked Brad to go with her to be her scene partner. So he went and they signed him up, but not her. So Charlie Sheen's sex addiction may not have helped his career, but it did wonders for Brad. So there you go.
That's interesting.
He was just a normal guy before he became an icon.
Yeah.
Dude.
He's
I like that he worked with strippers and was also tired of them. I was like, I felt that, Brad. I felt that.
we're so similar.
Yeah, you and Brad Pitt are similar.
I would
You could
totally
be-
marry Angelina Jolie too.
You were like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. You guys look exactly alike.
Dude, Twins, the sequel. That'd be cool. Or
you-
not the sequel, just a remake
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, you and Charlie reimagined.
Yeah, reimagine. I would love that. Somebody get Brad on the phone. Let's call him.
I'll work on it. What else, Steve?
Okay, I call this silly baby name. So, of course, Machine Gun Kelly revealed the name of the baby girl he just welcomed with Megan Fox. And yes, it is as silly as you expect. Here it goes. Saga Blade Fox Baker. Yes.
Jesus. Saga Blade Fox Baker. I'm guessing Baker is his real last name, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
what
Well,
are they
his
gonna-
real name is Colson Baker. Yes.
Saga Blade Fox / Baker.
So what are they actually going to call her?
Saga.
Saga.
Oh, really?
Saga.
Saga.
Sag, come here.
Well, funny, when she was born, when the baby was actually born, Machine Gun Kelly posted, "She's finally here, our little celestial seed." And some people actually thought Celestial Seed was going to be the baby's name.
Better than Saga.
Right, I know. Celestial Seed.
Little Celestial Seed.
What else?
The baby
Steve?
didn't even have a chance in life.
No.
Celestial Seed.
Poor thing. What else? Steve?
Okay, this is shocking. If he can do it, all y'all got a chance. Honey.
What?
Kelsey Grammer. Yes, Kelsey Grammer is expecting his 8th child. Yes.
Damn.
Frasier star Kelsey Grammer, who is dad to 7 kids from his former and current relationships, is set to become a dad again at 70 years old with Katie Walsh, his wife.
Shoot me in the head.
Why would
kids.
you have another child
At 70?
at 70?
Some people believe, though, like you're supposed to populate the what that's the Elon Musk thing. What is it, Stephen? Where you have to populate the world with as many people as you can.
I can't remember the term.
Spawn.
Is
It-
Elon
it-
Musk
it's
even
a
raise his
term.
kids?
No, he doesn't raise it. Get
Yeah.
the fuck
He
out
just
of here.
has them.
He's
Yeah.
Writes checks.
Yeah, right.
Pretty
He
much.
has them and writes checks. That's it.
Just gives the mom like a $5 million check. Here you go.
Yeah.
Thank
Are
you.
you okay with that, Kelly, having a kid if someone wrote you a $5 million check?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yes, I am.
You would? So you would have a kid if you said you don't have to. I'm gonna.
Yes, I
I'm gonna
would.
give you $5 million.
It would have to be a effing miracle, but yes, I would.
Shit, I can't have a kid, and I'll try to figure out how to have one for $5 million. I said, give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah, talk to my resources.
We phone a friend.
What else, Steve?
Oh my gosh, Post Malone just met Jelly Roll's mom for the first time, and it was a sweet moment. So Donna DeFord really wanted Post to sign her CD, and she even brought her own felt pen for the occasion. Check out this audio.
Post on my CD.
Post will sign your CD, Mom. For sure, Mom. We'll get your CD. We'll take look. You know, he asked me so many times, he just kept asking and asking. And I said, you know what, I will bring it. Hey, what do you want to ask?
Got a CD. You sign it.
Absolutely. She brought her own pen. Did Jason get you a house yet or what?
Yes.
Jason, of course, is Jelly
Calling by
Roll.
his government. I'd be like, bro, shut up. Post. What the fuck?
Post Malone said, "Did Jason get you a house yet?" Yes, she did. He did. My baby.
What's Post Malone's government name?
I don't know.
I'm kind of curious. Hang on. I want to check.
All right.
His government name?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Austin Richard Post.
Huh? It was Post. So Post is his real last name.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's his
so
last
Post
name,
is his last name. He uses it as his first name, Post Malone.
Austin Richard Post.
Interesting. All right. Do you know where we?
Oh,
So
that's not a
so
bad
how did
name.
he get Post Malone out of that? Do we know?
No, no idea.
I thought you'd maybe keep looking.
I
see.
could keep looking. Yeah. Let me Google it.
How did Post Malone get his name then?
Malone.
If
Yeah,
Malone
where'd
was
that come from?
if Post was his last name.
Choose. God damn it. I can't type.
All right.
Choose his name.
Mm-hmm.
Post Malone got his name by using an online app or an online rap name generator. Oh,
Chat
God.
GPT.
I kind of wish I didn't know that.
I know.
Just ruined us. Oh my God, he looks crazy when he's in his teens.
All right. What else, Steve?
Hugh Jackman got mobbed by fans Tuesday outside his Radio City Music Hall show from the show called From New York with Love, and he was pretty cool about it. Now, he signed a few autographs and let some people take selfies with him, but then he made a quick getaway in some random car. So seriously, he just yelled out two people in a passing car and asked them where they're going. When they said they were headed to 6th Avenue, he just jumps in and took off with them. Wow.
By the way, I just got a great from a listener. They said that they're tornado expert. 419-345-3375. Here's the expert advice to dodge a tornado. If the tornado appears to be moving to the right, then you move to the left.
Yeah, let me just stop what I'm
You got
doing.
that?
Figure this out.
You got to try.
My left, your left. Which left?
No, opposite of the tornado.
Am I supposed to turn around?
Shit.
Left? I need some
The
more clarification, expert.
Come on, this is good stuff.
Let me get
This
a
is
video.
life-saving
We
information.
need a video about how to.
You should make one on
Yes.
TikTok.
It's got to
I
be
need
like
him to
one of
help
those
collab.
cheesy, like 80s ones, though, just terrible acting.
Yeah.
How to dodge a tornado.
How to dodge a tornado.
Cynthia did not dodge the tornado.
She went left while the tornado turned left. All right, what else, Steve?
Thank you, listener, for sharing that little tidbit.
Yes,
Mm.
absolutely.
Mhm. That's all. Took 2 minutes out of your life to make that phone call and tell us that. Thank you. Jesse Tyler Ferguson from Modern Family was a criminal in the past.
What?
He's a reformed porn thief. Yep. When he was 14 or 15, Jesse got caught trying to steal a porn magazine from a store. He says, I just felt like at that time in my life, you weren't going to give me a lot of choices. There was not a lot available to me to explore my sexuality. I had to do what I needed to do. He goes on to say, I do feel bad about it, but I want everyone to be clear before I go into heaven that I didn't want to be a criminal. Unfortunately, the collar shouldn't have been more obvious. Jesse says there was a sensor in the magazine and it set off a metal detector that almost killed me alone. He says, I almost died then because I had a heart attack knowing I had porn under my shirt and the metal detector was going off. They called the police. They were making an example out of me. He says, it was awful. Stealing porn, honey. Mhm. 14 or 15, stealing porn, and you're gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta bust a nut somehow, right?
Jesus.
Times were tough back then.
They were.
You couldn't just go to Google.
That was before the interwebs. Yeah.
Well, I want to know what kind of porn it was.
It must have been
was
gay
it
because I'm
straight
guessing.
porn?
I think from what he was saying, because he said it's hard for him to have access to it. I'm guessing he was looking like gay stuff he couldn't find. I mean, there's maybe a certain magazine that he
Butt
needed to get it
stuff,
from.
back of the knees, armpits.
Oh
Definitely.
Lord.
Damn, Trey.
the three knee references in the show.
And he added two more.
Armpits.
Butt stuff for
Boys
sure.
got fetishes.
YOLO.
I got issues,
Yo.
baby.
Let me see them armpits, girl.
Here today, tornado tomorrow.
All right, what else, Steve?
Sarah Jessica Parker has had a tough time with all the negative comments about her appearance. Now, she was once a fairly confident person, but that changed when Sex and the City premiered in 1998. She says there was only one time when it made her actually cry, and it was from a comment published in a magazine. She goes on to say, it was like a kick in the rubber parts. I was just like, why is this a problem? Why is this deserving of your time? And why do you seem to delight in saying it? It left her sobbing, and it left her feeling so purposeful. So
People have been calling her like horse face for years. It's like, why is it okay to just talk about someone's looks? It's crazy. Well, I think for Steve, for me, I know when people have something to say about me, it's always, oh, you fat motherfucker. I'm like, okay, like I didn't know. Like,
Surprise.
yeah,
Move on.
big deal.
right,
Like
Right,
it's the first,
move on.
like it's the first time I ever heard it. Stupid motherfuckers.
right. It's
You can
just-
see my
people
fat.
are so-
I can't see you're stupid till you open your mouth.
Yeah. Well, that's my mom would have had this like the totally like witty saying. She's like, I can lose fat. You can't change ugly.
Try being fat and ugly.
Man, poor Steven. At least you're not stupid.
No. Let's just say I just need to get a lot of money. That's all I need.
By tomorrow.
Yes.
By tomorrow.
A lot of money by tomorrow.
So uplifting.
What else, Steve?
Are Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi enjoying their new home in the UK? Well, the fact that they have sheep in their house, and that should tell you everything you need to know. Sheep aren't meant to be indoors, but they get in through a sliding glass door. Now, Ellen posted a video with the caption, "Our sheep keep coming inside." To be fair, we do have a piece of furniture that looks like a sheep. That one doesn't try to eat our rugs. So one of the sheep is named Bernie, by the way. No word if that's a political reference. Sheep in the house. Y'all ain't got nothing else to do. That's what that is. It's boredom.
Well, and money.
No, they know how. Like my dogs, if I shut them outside, they know how to open this huge glass door. They will open it and come back in. They are. I mean, animals
Really?
are smart. I bet that's what the sheep's doing.
It's funny because I was reading a story this morning, and I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. That would you, if you had money, and you had the opportunity, would you move to another country, or is the U.S. the all end all be all for you? Trey will
answer this.
Trey will start with you, and then we'll go Steve.
I would for sure move. I mean,
You would move.
I have the funds, but I mean, I don't. There's other places I want to move first, but yeah, for sure. I've heard Thailand was an amazing place to live.
Yeah, I'm going next year. I can't wait.
I can't wait to hear about it. But I heard it's an amazing place to live. It's on my list of things to do. I just had a friend come back from Santorini, Greece. Told me like the pictures don't do it justice. It is way more beautiful in person. And he's like, I would live there and I could have the happiest time of my life. So yeah, I would definitely.
So you would move out of the country. What about you, Steve?
I wouldn't move out of the country. I would just indulge myself in a second home.
No, you got to move. You either have to stay here or move. If money was not an object,
I think I'd stay here.
Stay here, Steven?
Yeah.
I would go to Ireland.
So you would move?
Yeah.
Kelly?
Of course not. I got grandbabies.
You would stay here?
I
So
have
2
to.
and 2. I would definitely move.
Yeah.
I would move. I would move something.
Anywhere particular.
Mexico. Shit, man. I like Mexico, just on the water or somewhere, because it's, I don't know. I want to live somewhere where it's like nice all year round. Like I don't know how to explain it. Maybe you guys can help me but it's a house like that almost had like indoor outdoor. Like it almost doesn't have any like it has ceilings, I guess, but it's open on the sides, like where you don't have to worry about closing shit up. You know
like
what I mean?
A beach house kind of thing.
It's not really. I don't. You know what I'm talking about? The rich people have them. Like they're kind of
Yeah,
indoor. They're
it's
kind of
like-
indoor
yeah.
outdoor houses. I don't know.
Well, it has those
I'm not
like
that
a
rich.
wall of glass, and it's
Yeah.
like you slide it,
Yes.
and then it gives you access. Yeah,
That's
I know what you're
exactly
talking
it.
about.
I would live
Yeah.
in the Amalfi Coast if I could. I
Where?
mean, if the
There-
Amalfi
yep,
Coast, yeah,
yep.
so beautiful.
What is it
the
called?
Food's,
The
Italy.
Amalfi Coast.
What is that?
Italy.
I've
I would
never
go
heard of it.
Italy.
Oh, Italy.
So beautiful. I mean,
Beautiful.
or just food is amazing. People are sweet.
Wow. Because I did get I found this article. It said the world's most livable city in 2025 is Copenhagen, Denmark. A U.S. city doesn't come in until 23rd, and it's Honolulu, Hawaii is at number 23. But I think that's changed though. In the olden days, when I was younger, I don't think I would. I would be like, I'm so lucky to be born in the United States, and I want to live here forever. But I think now that given an opportunity, if finances weren't an issue, I think I would move out of the country.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's a new thing for me. I don't know.
Well,
But
there's so many places to go. I mean, Italy would be top of my list. Just-
Mhm.
I've been there. I've been to Greece too, but Italy is just there's something about Italy. It's just it. It
Really?
just does it for me. Mm-hmm.
what about we won't go to do like Dubai or Middle East? That's like the hot spot now. Like
I would love
Yeah.
to go to Dubai for sure.
yeah,
I'm good. They got a lot of crazy rules, man.
I know they
I'm gonna
do.
definitely
be
break
arrested.
some. Yeah.
I think
Without
I'd be
even
good.
knowing.
I think I'd be
Too new
good.
there.
I think I would be.
There's no all their kneecaps or all their knees are
Better be
covered.
covered.
They're covered.
That's fine. I'm pretty sure I can get a lady to lift her little what's that thing called?
Her burqa? I
No,
don't know.
I don't know what it's called.
That's the headpiece.
The headpiece. I don't know.
I think it's just called a dress.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I feel like there's a name for
There
it.
probably is. I'm very
Hijab.
God.
What's a hijab? That the head thing?
That's a head
that.
thing
Oh
too.
yeah. Okay.
Then maybe it's a burqa
No, I'm
or a
about to Google
Birkin.
it.
I don't know. All
How
right.
do you even ask Google this question?
I don't know. What is a Middle Eastern what is a Middle Eastern dress called?
Someone's gonna know. This is educational.
Yeah, it is.
In the Middle East, a
Come on.
common dress for. All right. This one's for
A
men.
garb.
This one's for men. It's I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's THOBE or dishdasha or kandora. A long, loose-fitting robe. Women often wear an abaya, a loose overgarment or cloak,
Abaya?
I'm gonna
and
get her
may
out her
also wear a
abaya.
hijab or hijab, however you pronounce
Hijab?
it. Yeah, that's a head covering.
Mind if I slide over by you?
Where's all of our Middle Eastern listeners? Yeah, because there's like a lot of them.
I know. It's
Probably
Help
tons-
us
hate me
out.
for just
Tons.
butchering all of that.
right, they're all gone now. All right, thank
They
you,
tuned out
Steve.
for sure after you
Bye,
started
kids.
butchering.
That is Steve's sleeves. All right, tap of traffic and weather.
All right, from the Taylor Automotive Traffic Center, I'm Steven on Andrew Z in the morning. Looking at traffic right now, no new changes, no new accidents to report. Just make sure if you're in the areas of the road construction that you proceed with caution. Let's see here. It looks like Practically Golf Tournament is happening here in Toledo. Don't miss the return of Practically Golf, where Huron Street is going to be shut down and transforms into an 18-hole mini golf course stretching from the Blarney Irish Pub to the Cock and Bull. And that's
This is weekend or something?
I
today?
think so. It doesn't give me a date, but it was posted 3.5 hours ago. So
Okay.
yeah, it looks like that's happening today. Don't forget about all the construction work. We got Salisbury Road, Dorr Street, and we've got 124th Street and Point Place and Nebraska Avenue all closed down due to road construction. So yeah, you pay what we pay when you buy your new vehicle at Taylor Kia of Toledo. You get employee pricing. Let us know what you're looking for. We'll sell it to you at our cost. This is a limited time offer. To learn more, visit us at TaylorKiaToledo.com or give us a call 419-842-8811 to speak with a team member today. Now we're looking at the Furniture Palace forecast. It is currently 69 still. You gotta like it. It's holding strong. Mostly cloudy throughout the day until later on we'll get some sunshine. We're going to have some rain coming in about an hour and a half. It's not going to last very long. It should be cleared out by noon. So we'll have a high of 77 for the day, followed by a low of 63 later on tonight. Furniture Palace, where everything you see is on sale. Furniture Palace has the guaranteed lowest prices on thousands of in-stock name brand items, plus no credit needed financing. 4 convenient locations: Central Avenue, Toledo; Reynolds Road, Maumee; Woodville Road, Northwood; Navarre Avenue, Oregon, or online at FurniturePalacetoledo.com. That's your traffic and weather. I'm Steven on Andrew Z in the morning.
I tell my friends over at State Line Sauce, the number one hot sauce in all of Toledo. Doesn't matter what you put it on: steak, fish, chicken. There's a flavor for you. They have the tropical, which goes great on wings. Oh, man, it's so good. Get you some State Line. You can get it at any Meijer store you go to. Meijer, you can go to the Farmers Market in Perrysburg today. Go to the Farmers Market in Toledo on Saturday. Get you some State Line sauce. Or you go online always, StatelineSauceCO.com, to see the full line of State Line sauces. StatelineSauceCO.com. Online right now, and you need to get sauced.
And guys, while you are online checking out State Line, make sure you go to www.thestabbynurse.com and check out what Holy Grail Wellness is cooking up just for you. If you're trying to get healthy, you're trying to do some weight loss, and you need a little push or you need some guidance, Holy Grail Wellness is the place. These ladies know what they're talking about, and they have anything that you can think of that you might need along the way on your journey. So right now, what they're offering you is 3 months of GLP-1 shots, and it's only $750 for 3 months with a free consultation. So if you want to set that up or just check out everything that they do have to offer, once again, go to www.thestabbynurse.com, set up that free consult. They'll reach out to you. Or you can call 419-388-7760. Take advantage of this opportunity while you can. It's a great deal. Start changing your life. Don't make any more excuses. And you can only do that at Holy Grail Wellness.
We've all heard about it, the Japanese head spot, and it is currently available at Skinology. This ultimate scalp facial will dissolve your stress as they lavish your scalp. They include a scalp analysis, a detox treatment, a deep conditioning treatment, a hair mask, and a scalp massage. Spoil yourself with a rejuvenating treatment that will leave you feeling refreshed and renewed. After all, your scalp deserves some pampering too. To book your appointment, go to skinologyfacebar.com.
I tell my friends over at Regan Insurance, they started a family-owned independent insurance agent back in 1967. And they've been protecting Toledoans ever since. Regan is an insurance agent that's independent from any company. So that means they represent like auto owners, Progressive. They just want to make sure that you get the best deal for you and the best coverage for your family. So if you want to save money, get a free no obligation insurance checkup, go to ReganIns, ReganIns.com. And see if you can save money on your insurance starting today.
I said, Andrew Z in the morning. It's time to wake up. Andrew Z in the morning. Yeah. Come on.
Live from the Taylor Automotive Studios, Northwest Ohio's largest car dealership, Cadillac, Hyundai, Genesis, and Kia dealers, along with quality used cars from the top Ford and domestic automakers. Stop by your local dealership, test drive your new car, truck, van, or SUV today. Also brought to you by Skinology, Furniture Palace, Regan Insurance, Holy Grail Wellness, and State Line Sauce Company. Now back to Andrew Z in the morning.
I'm Andrew Z. Kelly Latz, the princess of property from Howard Hanna Realty. Stephen B. Hardy and Trey Berry is hanging out. It's Thursdays with Trey. Having some fun today.
Andrew Z in the morning.
So this one to me, I was reading this morning and it scared me a little bit. So there's a way to predict whether you're going to live for 10 more years. It's a simple fitness test, super easy. A new study found that this is a great way to predict whether you're going to die in the next 10 years. Over 4,000 people aged 46 to 75 tried it, and the ones who could do it easily were 6 times less likely to die of heart and lung issues over the next decade. What is it called? It's the sit to stand test. Super easy. All you do is sit on the floor. Indian, and we used to call it Indian style. I don't know if you still call it that, but Indian style, you sit on the floor.
crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross applesauce. And if you can get up without putting your hand on the or knee down or grabbing onto anything, just get up straight from the this crisscross, the Indian style, and just stand up. Then you're in good shape. And if you're not, literally, you're going to probably die within the next 10 years. Can you think you could do that? Anybody? Trey, you
I think I could.
You think you could? Kelly's going right now.
No.
Oh, she's gonna try it.
I thought she was too. She got the camera up. I was about to say, if she does it, I'll do it.
You think you could do it though?
I think I maybe could. Maybe.
Steven, you think you could do it?
What is it again?
You're sitting Indian style, or crisscross, crisscross applesauce, and then you have to just stand up from that without anything. Kelly's doing it right now, or she just fell and had a heart attack. Did you do it?
Yeah, with you.
Oh,
Wait,
you did it?
You did it? You just sat down and then just stood up.
With
Yes.
with heels, which is so much.
Trey's
guess I
about to
gotta
try
do
it.
it.
Trey's about to try it.
I have no choice.
There's no way I could do it.
I'm not gonna try it, and I'm just gonna tell you I can't do it.
I know but it's scary.
Yeah.
Is it scary at all?
I feel like I'd break my leg if I tried sitting.
Well,
in
Trey, so you can't use anything. You just go from crisscross to standing up. Trey's trying it right now.
That was scary. I didn't think I was.
So you were sitting like this,
Yep.
and then how did
You just get up.
you can't you do what now?
You can't use anything.
Yeah, I didn't even. I literally, yeah, just went like.
Oh, what the fuck?
She does yoga and stuff.
Someone said no.
He did it.
You did
He
it?
did it.
Shit!
I'm not gonna die.
You did it, dude.
Your technique though was the way how I did it. So
Yeah.
she is a woman.
Did you rock? Did she rock? Did you rock?
No,
Is
she
that-
literally just used her leg and then sprung up, and then I literally stood right up.
Yeah. Wow. All you have to do is so
Technique is very important when you do this, by the way.
they say it's easy to do. If it's easy to do, you're probably in decent health. Ideally, you should be able to do it without putting your hands or your knee down or grabbing anything out. It says the scored each test by starting at a 10 and subtracting 1 point every time support was needed. Like if you put your hand down once you stand up, then it doesn't work. But wow, good job, you two. Holy shit.
I'm impressed.
Steven, we're fucked.
No, you know what, Andrew?
What?
We're a lot funnier than most people. I'm just saying they might have us beat in standing up like that.
Yes.
But we're pretty
Well,
funny.
someone
so-
said no way.
Drop dead
Someone
funny?
said
Yeah,
no
maybe.
way. Drop dead funny. Someone said no way in hell Steven can do it.
No, yeah, no.
I can't either. There's no way.
If you paid me though, I would try.
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try, but it would be embarrassing. I know for a
Yeah.
fact I couldn't do it.
My knees are gonna snap.
Like
You're
even
gonna hear
like for me, for instance, I have to get down on the floor every day to turn the fryer on the food truck. So I have to lay myself on the ground like the thing, and then I use the fryer to then pull myself up. I wouldn't be able to just like sit down and eat a salad and then just jump up. I know every day I have to do it. So
Yeah.
shit, man, we gotta take our health more serious. Like just
how
eating
much
better.
more serious can I take it, Andrew?
You're doing great.
Yeah,
you're,
I mean, come
you're
on.
fucking doing great. No, I'm. you're
One
doing
day I will be able to sit Indian style and get up on my own.
Someone said, "What if I have MS and my balance sucks?" Well, I don't think it counts for
Well, then
you.
let us know when your funeral is, and we'll be there.
All right, I get an inbox issue. Here we go. Hey, Andrew. Okay, this might sound petty, but I'm genuinely hurt. I've been talking about baby names with my coworkers for months. I'm 7 months pregnant, and we already picked out the name Lennon Grace. I heard you guys talking about MGK's daughter name. I told everyone at work how much I love the name Lennon Grace, how meaningful it was to me, and that I couldn't wait to use it. Well, surprise, one of my coworkers who just had her baby a few weeks ago named her daughter Lennon Grace. The exact same name, spelling, and all. When I confronted her, she just laughed it off and said, "You don't own names." And what I should do is take it as she said, "You should take it as a compliment." I feel like she completely crossed the line. It's not just any name. It's the name I've been openly excited about for months. My husband just said, "Let it go." But I feel totally disrespected. Am I being overly sensitive, or is this total name theft?
You should have shut up
Holy shit.
and not told someone your name.
Yeah. First of all, that's where you messed up, is you told people.
Because now I'm naming my son Lennon Denham. Lennon Denham Grace.
Lennon's a great name, actually.
It is a cool name. It's such a cool name that I wouldn't have told someone.
Yeah.
If this other person clearly was about to have a baby, so you're sharing baby names with the other person who's about to have a baby.
And here's the problem, though, for this person who was going to name her name Kid Lennon. If you tell people you're pissed off, the other person can easily make you seem crazy. Like, it's one of those things where, what, you think you own names? God, that's so weird. Blah blah blah. You can easily make them look crazy. You know what I'm
but
saying?
I feel like low key it is crazy because I feel like it is just a name and you don't own a name. So
I know
she should have. If that name was that sacred to her, she should have definitely just kept that to her, or her family.
I mean, doesn't like every kind of guru tell you when you're about to do something big, you don't tell anybody?
Right.
Yeah, because that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's like if she had the winning Mega Million numbers and she's out here just telling everyone and she's like, what the hell, you played the numbers? They're like, what do you mean you gave them to me? You told me them over and over again.
Someone says these are my winning numbers, that you go play them and you both win.
Yeah, this was my Mega Million. Well, it was ours now.
It's ours now, bitch. So what would you do, though? I mean, is her husband?
What can she do?
Her husband said she's just let it go. She's being overly sensitive.
Yeah, I mean, I think her husband's right.
You have to just let it. You're
What
still
can
be
she
friends
do?
with this person.
She can patent the name and get an LCC and sue her.
I think she
could
played
do that.
herself.
Huh?
She did that.
She played herself.
She for sure played herself.
She shouldn't have told everybody that.
So
and also, she can still name her child that.
She should start a baby.
Who cares if
baby
your coworker?
baby detergent. Name it Lennon Grace. And so now that every time that kid is talked about, it's because of the detergent she made. She's got to go bigger.
Gotta go bigger.
Lennon Gain.
Lennon Gain.
So you think she should still go with the same name?
I think she
is
should
another
if she
lady
wants
in the
it that
office.
If she liked it that much, for sure.
Really?
She shouldn't change the name that she chose because someone took the name from her.
But it's
And it
such a
doesn't
unique
mean-
name.
It doesn't mean that in 5 years she's even going to be in that.
It's not that
place.
unique
Right.
anymore.
It's not like your kid and that lady's kid are going to grow up being best friends, and you're both going to be like Lennon Grace. No, not you, the other one.
Or,
You know?
LG.
or do you just do you leave the job? Because I mean, seriously, if you
get
left
her
the job,
fired.
you would never, or get her fired because you would never see them again. Like in
Yeah.
real life, usually you drive to a job unless you work in the city you live, which isn't very common. I don't think.
To be honest, no one would have known if she wouldn't have told us.
Yeah.
So I think she's causing a lot of self-sabotaging right now.
So you think she should just get over it?
Yeah, I
And,
think
and you
should.
think
She
she's
has
still
to.
she should still
If
use the
she-
name?
Yeah, if she moves to another city, another state, it doesn't even matter. Literally,
Even if she moves 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
we're
still naming my kid that
very-
name.
But you're not
Very
gonna
rare.
you're not gonna move your whole life because
or move the
Well,
job.
shit,
I
at this
th-
point, she might.
I think moving jobs would be easier though, right?
Well, and I, let's just say in 5 years when the kid goes to school, is she even going to be working at that job?
Right.
I mean, life changes
It
on a
does.
daily.
It does.
Yeah.
Steven, what do you think?
Yeah, I think she needs to take it as a lesson. Maybe if she's gonna have another kid and you think of a golden name, don't go around telling everybody because
Yeah.
you're excited about it. Secondly, you should still name your child the name that you chose for your child, just because somebody else stole it. And then thirdly, you can let everybody know that bitch Rhonda down the hallway stole my child's name.
Well,
You know?
they should all know. If she was been telling everybody, she should all know. But man, what if she says, "I can't believe you stole my name"? Like, no, you stole my name. Well, no, I had the kid first.
Nah.
That I would be like, suck it, Rhonda. All right,
Rhonda.
suck it.
Suck
I
it,
just
Rhonda.
feel like that lady's name is Rhonda, the one that stole the name.
Yeah, you do.
I could be completely wrong.
No,
but
I think
something's
you're
just
right.
telling me it's Rhonda.
Karen for sure.
Yeah, Karen.
Rhonda Karen.
She's like,
Rhonda
"Oh, look at my
Karen.
cute baby Lennon Grace." She said, "What? What Grace? Lennon Grace."
That is insane. So yeah, I think honestly, I think you have to let it go. You still name your kid that as well.
Yep.
And if you need to, just leave the job.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know how important the job is for you, but
I would even bring my kid around. Like I would bring my child and like, this is Lennon Grace, Rhonda. You see, this is my baby, Lennon Grace.
so this is the inbox issue where like you either have to you gotta just let it go and still name your kid that and don't worry about it. So I get this one and Kelly, it hit home for you. I thought about you when I read it this morning. So there's this woman that's getting backlash because she is dating a younger man, like a lot younger. And so she's like she's gotten booed before.
Oh.
Like they'll boo her when she's out with this guy. So she's 60 years old, and she was dating a man 20 years her junior, so he was 40. She was married to the man she'd been involved with for 2 decades before the couple decided to call it quits. So she was married to her husband, and then at the age of 39, when the marriage broke down, she realized there was a social expectation that getting married was a given that she didn't necessarily agree with. We're not really taught how to choose the right person for us. We don't understand what love is. But anyway, she said there is another layer when picking someone who was going to be the father of your child. She said her ex-husband was relatively traditional and she was a free spirit. So the 60-year-old woman said it was a weird experience to start dating again after her marriage breakdown, as many men expected her to jump back into the role of the wife when the relationship was relatively new. She said it was so much pressure, she led to a panic attack. But while being out with friends, playing barefoot bowls, a younger guy started chatting her up. She said, I was just being friendly to this guy, and we were getting on well. My girlfriend said he was hitting on me big time, but I thought it was just being friendly. But then he asked her if she wanted to go to another event after that. She made excuses due to his age, and her friends questioned why she did that. She said, I sort of stood there and asked why I said no. I was facing my own ageism at the time, and I started to think about what would happen if I didn't say no. So, she was forgetting societal frameworks around age allowed her to have more meaningful relationship with people who had the same values, energies, and attitudes as herself, rather than rushing to pick rocking chairs. But she said that when she started going out with this guy, that she would go places and she would walk down the street and she would feel weird. And it said, I could be walking down the street and see a man and a younger woman, no one would flinch. But once I was walking down the street with a younger guy and I was booed, it was so judgmental. What do you think, Kelly?
So, y'all know I'm going through it.
Yeah.
And I've been pushing myself, like to like go to a restaurant by yourself and eat. Because that's not my thing. And so I went to this restaurant, and this guy kept sending me drinks, and he then came over to talk to me, and I'm like, dude, how old are you? And he said he was 32. And I said, you need to go back to where you I said, thank you so much. You made my night. I had a terrible day. Thank you. But yeah, no. My daughter's 30. Like, I just don't think I could ever do something like that. But really sweet. He would, and honestly, he's like, no, listen, I'm successful. I go to this place a lot. And he goes, I've been watching you. I see you all the time. I think you're great. It's not weird. I go, it's super weird. You need to go back to where you were sitting.
But why is it weird just because you're just
because I could birth him. Weird.
But why do men don't worry about that? Men don't think about that.
So like 34 is like your cutoff.
Yeah.
What is your cutoff then, Kelly?
I don't know. I'm new to all this. I don't know, but I just like listen, I'm not looking for anything right now, so it doesn't matter. Right. But I will say this, it was like I just think about my kids, and they would be like, "What
But this lady said it perfectly, because for you, you don't have a 50-something-year-old mind. You don't do 50-year-old stuff. You're doing younger people stuff, and we should get away from the age thing and more about, do we have common interests? Do we like to do the same things? More that stuff, and not focus on.
And I will say
age.
right now, it's kind of a thing. Like younger guys want like. I don't know if they want a relationship, but they definitely want to talk to an older woman.
Well, let me ask you, we got two younger guys here, Stephen, Trey. Do you notice that a trend of younger guys firing at older girls, like 30 to 50 or 20 to 45?
Fair share times with some older women, but I feel like not in 60 years old. I feel like again, there's definitely things. I feel like 30 is not that young. So I feel like as for a male, I feel very very mature. I feel very educated. I've been through some things, but I feel like again, I find a lot of things relatable to women that are older because I feel like nowadays a lot of women that are my age act a little younger.
Mhm.
And I know that girls usually age faster, they say, but
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays that's not the same.
It's interesting you say that because most of the time that's the reason that men are usually younger or less mature than women. But you're saying you're finding it in your age group. A lot of times it's opposite.
I think girls nowadays have when you ask me why I don't want to date, I feel like strongly though majority of women don't want to date just because they've been in a lot of bad relationships and they take their past relationships into new relationships. But not even that, girls realized, which they should have always realized, they have the power. They do, and so they are a lot more picky and choosy about who they give their time to. And then there's the other ones that give their time to any and everyone. So you're just like, it's not even worth my time. And these older women are more reserved. They're more settled down. And these women that are in their late 20s, early 30s, they're still out partying at the bars and having fun every night. Nothing's wrong with that. But I think guys my age, we've done that in our young 20s. And it's kind of like reversed.
So you're open to this then?
Yeah, absolutely. But not 60.
Jesus.
I mean that just because there would be nothing we would relate, and that's a 30-year difference. That's huge. I feel like 15-year max.
15
for me,
is your
age limit gap up for me. So yeah, no, I just feel like that would be a comfortable space where if they were talking about something, I feel like I would know, and I wouldn't feel like that person would be educating me on things because I wouldn't want to be educated. That would feel weird.
So he goes, so you're an ageist.
You
are.
are
He was like putting it all on me. I was like,
He
okay.
flipped the script.
Yeah.
So
I was like,
So Steven, what about you? What are your thoughts? Would you date someone older?
I think I would, yeah. I think I'd be open to it. I think I have an old soul anyways, you know? So, and I think Trey's right on a lot of that. Not to like sound mean towards younger women, but I don't know. Older ladies they're settled. They know what they want. They've got things going for them, and they're not about from what I've seen, they're not really about the bullshit games that a lot of younger girls are about. And games are fun, but you know, when you get in your 30s, it's like I'm kind of good on all this.
So what would you say is the oldest you would entertain?
I would definitely do a 60-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about doing. We're talking about going out with.
I would go out
like
with
having a
60-year-old.
relationship. You would.
Yeah.
I mean, he is dating your mom.
I mean, shit.
Damn.
I don't
Kelly.
I don't even see the age there. We just click so well.
This motherfucker. I did get a text in. I know you're not looking for a man right now, Kelly, but if you need someone to keep you warm at night and flexible, let me know.
I can just do the warm part. I can't really do the
These are
flexible
men.
part.
These are grown men sending these messages. I think it's crazy. Which part of that text said "pick me, choose me"? Did that inspire you?
Did
that make you want to know who that person was behind the message?
No.
No.
Sorry.
So interesting. So you would go 60, Steven. Trey, you would go probably 50 would be your 50 would be the top. 49
for sure.
kind of
And
your
there's
comfortable.
another piece of this that's missing too. I feel like as a younger man getting into my older age, I'm very career driven. So for me, my partner has to be career driven, motivated in that sense, because everything is expensive nowadays. And I'm not saying, I know back in the day they're like, man should be providing, like shit, everything's so damn expensive. I'm gonna need some help.
Yeah.
If not, I'm gonna stay single.
Yeah.
But I feel like older women are financially set and stable, where I don't feel like I'm having to take care of an additional person or keep up with expenses that I'm normally not expensing.
Well, here's what I said last week, and I didn't articulate it well, but I said if you're meeting someone, if you're looking to get in, and you're meeting someone from a jump, why would you even entertain someone that doesn't have anything going for him when you could at the same you're still going to meet them from beginning anyway?
Right.
Why not meet someone that's got something going for them
Right.
instead of having to struggle? And because we know money is our biggest stress, so if you got someone that's struggling, well, why do you want to even entertain that? Because they're hot and they got a big dick. I mean, that's the only thing.
You'd be surprised.
I know.
My friend in Florida, she was like a very, very popular relationship counselor, and she literally was like, more than half relationships arguments fail due to arguments over money and finance. And so I feel like for me, it's not the most important thing, but I know that in a relationship that is supposed to last, money is an important thing for a family or a relationship.
Well, we've talked about this going around the room. Like, what is the number one stress? And 90% of people will say money is your number one stress. So why would you start something with somebody from the beginning I mean, if you already know them and you already have some sort of then you know, obviously it's a thing. But why would you start something with zero when you know that money is your number one stress, and you got someone that's not trying to get any?
Just imagine that person adding future expenses to your already tight budget, and then you're just trying to keep up with. It's just not good for yourself or that
100%.
relationship.
So Steven's 60, Trey, you're pushing 50. Kelly, what is the lowest you would go?
I mean, I don't know. I'm so
34.
new into this.
34. Steven's pushing for that 34. Please pick 34.
I'm so new into this. Since I've been 230 somethings kind of hit on me, and I just knew that. Right now, I'm not looking for anybody, no matter what age they are.
Right.
But I will say that being so young, it made me, I don't know. I just don't think I could be comfortable with it.
If I had advice from a man who is in his 30s, I think that I have a lot of men friends that are 32 up. I think for any woman who is thinking about dating someone younger, I would say anything 34, 35. Because I feel like even the young 30s, men can still be in their playerish ways. Because I feel like 30, you're in your prime as a man. You got your own place, your own money, as you got your own stuff. So like now you're a bachelor at that young age. But 35, I feel like them men are usually more like.
Do you think that's where they start to transition?
Yeah, I think
a
that's
little
when you
bit?
start to change into
Mid-30s.
being that full, so if you're looking, I think
if you're looking,
not looking.
when you start looking,
okay, that's it.
Like, okay, so mid 30s for you, Cal.
I don't
I know it seems young to you because you got kids in your 30s.
See, you're wasting time by not choosing because you're only getting older. You know what I'm saying?
All right, you're lucky I don't have a flip flop.
Well, we're all.
I didn't mean it that way. I just meant to say 34. Damn it.
We're all getting older.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
like, what happens? We keep getting older, and like, does our lowest number like keep going up for every year we get older? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, when I'm 40, am I going to be dating 80-year-olds?
I think honestly, I think Kelly would be. I think she would go older. I think she would be all right with someone in their 60s.
I could see that too.
What do you, Kelly? Would you be more comfortable with someone in their 60s or more comfortable with someone in their 40s? You think?
Probably
in general.
In general, probably 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I get that vibe from you, but I do.
Yeah. I don't know though. I mean, it's new. I have not been single for 13,
A long time.
12, 13 years.
Yeah, a long time. So, how many years were you single before this one?
Like 3 months.
So probably in 30 or 40 years, you've probably only been single
17.
a handful of
My
months.
marriage was 17 years. 3-4 months later, I met Tim, and we've been together. Like we broke up twice, but not for a significant long period.
So in 30 years, you've probably only been single, not even a full total year.
Right.
Wow.
And I mean, out there, it's like really aggressive. Like, I mean,
Yeah, people are aggressive now when they want to they want to bang and they don't mind saying it. Like, hey, you want to fuck? You're like, whoa,
It's
settle
hookup
down.
culture.
It's what?
Hookup culture.
The
It's just
hookup
the
culture.
day and age we live in.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. How bad is it? Like, how prevalent is it? That's just what everyone wants to do.
I think that a lot of people would prefer just to like keep it casual and hook up, and
it's
not
safer
do
that way. I
anything
feel like
serious.
no one's feelings are getting attached. It's safer that way.
That's what they say, but
I don't know. That's why you only do it once. If you do it more than 3, you catch feelings for that person.
Yeah.
I
Gotta stick to a
disagree.
bare
People
minimum.
are crazy. Even like when you, I don't know. I think
she's like, I had this one night stand the other night, and he
No,
just
no,
won't
no, no,
stop
no, no,
hitting
no.
me up.
not doing any of that.
But no, you said something interesting, Trey. So friends with benefits is not really interesting to you. You have like a three time maximum. So if you say, hey, we're gonna hook up, there's no feeling. I got needs, you got needs. Let's just do it. But you can't do it more than 3 times.
I mean,
because you
usually,
automatically.
honestly, I don't do it more than once if it's a one night stand, just
Yeah.
because I'm an honest. I want to set that boundary. I don't want someone to think that this is going to be a common reoccurrence. And again, this isn't saying
Yeah.
that I'm just out here doing everyone and anyone in the damn world. That's not it. But what I'm saying is there is a select few that I will spin the block, come back and visit. But for the most part, if I have a one night stand, it is strictly a one night stand, and I'm not going to lead you on. I'm not going to continue
Right.
to engage. I've had that happen before, where the other person continuously tried to engage,
Yeah.
and she wanted to meet up multiple times, and I just was every lie and every excuse was given, and it just never was understood until I flat out had to say that will never happen again. And I don't mean that to be rude. Like we
Right.
had a moment. You had a moment, and that moment has expired.
Well, and that's one thing that Demetrius used to say is that no matter how honest you are up front, I mean, he's such a catch that, that women would always end up falling for him. So
Whatever. Oh my gosh.
And I don't even think that that's my case because I don't want to blow my head up like that at all. I just think that when you're out being social, there's tons of opportunity that can come anyone's way, and I'm just an opportunist. And so if I see something I like and I have the opportunity, I'm gonna dive in.
Yeah.
I like
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you guys. It was fun today. Thank you, Stephen B. Hardy. See you tonight at Point Place. Bye, Kelly. See you later. Trey Berry.
Bye, Kelly.
How can people get a hold of you, Trey Berry?
They can find me on Instagram at Trey Burry, TreyBurry. Same thing for TikTok. That's all you got. Find me on those two, friends.
All right, brother. Sounds good. We'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.